Yo, am I live? Am I live? Am I live? Am I live? Okay, give me a moment to get set up here. Yo, the connection is bad. It's actually bad. I see the dashboard and it says playback error. I cannot even watch my own stream. I cannot even check. Okay. Just hang on. Alright, got chat here. Wait. Alright, so connection should be steady. It should be good. Yo, where's my notif gang at? Notif, are you notifing already? Are you notifing, chat? Noticing? Are you notifing? Make sure to enable notifications. Alright. So I gonna wait a little bit and then I'll just start with the content. If no one's here, then I'm just gonna stream to the void, because this what right here will eventually reach you, and perhaps you will like in 1 year or so, once I'm famous and have thousands of viewers, you will watch this what? You will actually watch it and be like, yo, that's insane. That's some fourfold breaking Daimon did there. That's insane. And I will just be like, yep, that's just how it is here. That's how it is over here. And it also fits with the title, if it's still down there in the future, there should be the title of the stream. And it says something like, streaming is impossible in 2025. And a skull emoji because of TikTok, yes. And react once, just chatting, click, make sure to click. Also make sure to hit the like button right now and to subscribe. And now the button should light up with subscribe, but only once. It does it only once, unfortunately, otherwise it would be so super funny to just say subscribe, and it flashes like some sort of rave party, some sort of marketing-esque rave party, but whatever, chat, whatever. I'm just yapping here, getting you warmed up, because I'm gonna do that perfect smooth segment, smooth 100, because I want to do, the other day, a video got on my recommended feed, a very specific one, a very targeted one as well. And I initially watched it by my own, but then I thought, there was like so much going on inside my head that I just thought, hey, instead of just watching it on my own, like some sort of cock. No. Okay, instead of just watching it on my own, that I will watch it on stream and give like my opinions to it and make a segment out of it, like Asmongold does it, which actually is doing a very good job with the stuff he does. Like, if you don't know, I mean, of course you know Asmongold. Such a good streamer, such a great streamer, really an inspiration. And he always does these like segments he puts from his streams. Like, he has these super long streams and he talks about so much, reacts to so much, watches a lot of things. And then he takes, or rather his editors, they take those segments and post them as individual videos, which I will also do. And I mean, I had this in mind since the beginning, because that's actually a meta thread to do it like that, to not just be a streamer, but to also be a YouTuber and to take the streams, because not everyone watches your streams, right? Or if you're smaller like me right now, there's not many people watching, but instead of the content just being lost into the void, I can recycle it, right? Greta Thunberg, we fight climate change with this, and I can just make a video out of it. But yeah, anyway, chat, just let me. I got the monster right here, and I'm still not sponsored by them, and likely never will. It would be so funny if I would actually get sponsored by them at some point, because I keep drinking it. But yeah, anyway, let me pull that video up, because that's like something... That's something I need to talk about. Wait, where is it? Watch later. Wait, where is it? Yo, wait, I did save it, it's just not here. Give me a moment. Is it? Wait, what? No, it's not that one. Just give me a moment. Okay, it's not.
I'm trying to see if your avatar.
No, it's not this one. If you heard it.
Ready?
It's not that one as well. Is that video gone? Yo, that's some live commentary. Wait. Nah, here it is. Here it is. Sorry. Just found it. Yo, okay. So, this video by Hello Yasinine Extras or whatever, he proved streaming is impossible in 2025. And as you can tell, it's like by the title and everything, it's not one of those guru videos like YouTube gurus. Oh, you need to do this and that to blow up, to go viral. But it's more like an essay style video that talks about like, yo, okay, it talks about a video made by Ludwig, and I hate Ludwig. I hate like Chelevik for many different reasons, and this is one of them, which why I hate him the most, because he keeps, but that's a different story. I will make a video about this at one point, because he keeps making this different videos about of what it means to be a streamer and all that, and I prove it's not luck. I started a new channel, and it just comes off so fake, because like Ludwig, he's part of that LA streamer scene, of this poggers scene, you know, of this super fake, and basically how YouTube was 10 years ago, as everyone was just fake, as everyone had that fake persona, that very polished fake persona, that always had the right opinions, that never said anything controversial, that never would have actually had a platform and an audience to get change in the world, because talking about, you know, specific topics, or talking about topics that are rather kept under the rug. No, that's also why YouTube was so bad back then, and I didn't like it back then at all. But he's still like that, and that whole LA streamer scene, like Miskiff and all those people who are just that fake personalities, they're poggers, that they have that shiny persona, and they just act, right? They just play. They come up here, they hit record, they hit go live, and they're just a fake persona, right? Everything is carefully orchestrated to you know, never say the wrong opinions, always have the right ones, and so on, blah 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 blah. Everyone, you can just watch him, you see immediately what I mean, and that's what I hate. And now what recently, so there was this change. I don't know if you're aware of this, because even for unemployed people that watch streamers like me, this is some kind of out there stuff, still a kind of low-key stuff about the L and W streamers versus Pogger streamers. And this kind of started with I Should Speed, you know, this kind of raw authenticity, instead of playing this, you know, super polished character that's very like corporate and very presentable. Speed was one of the, I don't know if this is right to say, but one of the first who was just really just himself, even if this meant, okay, this is kind of wild to watch, you know, freaking out, crashing out on stream, destroying everything and being just super hyper. But this kind of got the ball rolling, that streamer could be more than just, you know, this polished, oh, don't say anything bad or else you get cancelled, kind of stuff. And yeah, and this evolved with Aiden Ross, for example, and also Asmongold and all the others, to be like actually authentic, to just say stuff even if it's dumb, even if it causes a shitstorm or whatnot, and whatever, right? That's like the kind of contrast, the Pogger streamer, the boomers, and the L&W streamers, the new ones, the authentic ones, because also what the old PewDiePie is one example of that, and Markiplier and all those boomer tubers who are like, basically being YouTubers since years and whatnot, and they always they kept that fake, hey, I'm one of you guys, appeal to them. Like, obviously Markiplier a millionaire, PewDiePie a millionaire, they are all millionaires, but they always hide it, right? They never said it. They always pretended to be like, oh, I'm still the same person as you guys, and they still kept making the same as boring content, the same shtick and whatnot. And they are also part of that. Okay, yeah. And it was so funny. And always when it came up, like how much YouTubers earn and ad revenue and all that, and people were pulling up the social blades of those YouTubers, they were like, what? No, guys. Whoa. If I only would make so much money, is what Markiplier said, for example, and all those fake ass YouTubers. No, that's not real. If only. And in the background, it was just like the same like gaming room or living room, or rather should I say studio, from where they made their videos. And in reality, they had those multi-million-dollar mansions in like LA, Beverly Hills, and all those fancy places, expensive places and whatnot, and supercars and all that, but they never said it, right? They kept up that fake persona. They never mentioned the money. Obviously, if someone was like, yo, hey, I'm in a bit of a pickle, I'm super broke, like, I know you're a YouTuber, you've been making YouTube videos since years, could you help me with some money? They were all like, no, I'm actually super broke, I don't have money, that's not true, what do people say, and all that. That's also why I hate them, and Ludwig was just one of them. And yeah, and fast forward, and with Aiden Ross and with I Should Speed, this all changed also with Mr. Beast, because frankly they were open with how much they earned. Just the other day, Aiden Ross showed what he earns. He earns $1 million in a month from streaming, and that's just how it is. That's not to dunk on people and to say, oh, I make so much money by going up on here online. No, it's just being authentic. And they're like, yeah, I make so much money, and I take this money and I do this event, or I make those videos like Mr. Beast. He makes like a few millions each day, and he takes all of this money and reinvests it in the videos and makes them more, even bigger, more grandiose and whatnot. And they were always so open, and I did watch YouTube back then, like PewDiePie and all that, but I did recognize they were kind of off. They were just playing a persona, right? They were just acting. They were just fake. And then the new guard, the W and L streamers, they resonated more with me, because they were like, yo, I don't care if, that I just leaked how much I earn, and so what? I used that money and do that and that and that, whatever. And this kind of evolved to that trend where, like, recently, oh, Mr. Beast killed YouTube. That's what all the boomer tubers say, like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, man. Those are actual boomers in their mind and by heart. They killed YouTube because it was only chasing retention and this, blah, 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 blah. And all the while, Markiplier is still making the same boring ass videos as he did 10 years ago, like gaming videos. Like a grown-ass man in his 40s still making the same screamy content back then in 2012. Right? Just like PewDiePie with amnesia. And then they complain about Mr. Beast and all the other YouTubers and streamers who are like, oh, they're getting 200 million views and whatnot. But yeah, because they take that money and they don't do the same boring ass shit like you do since a decade and just reinvest that. And yeah, man, I hate those YouTubers and I hate those streamers. And hey, welcome, Alonso, welcome. But I got this. Yeah, I'm just yapping right now, but yeah, basically that's my big gripe with those people. And like, if you watched my other videos and whatnot, I do show on my other channel, I do show how much I earned there and whatnot. And I'm open about this. I'm not like, yo, I'm pretending to be someone. I mean, I am broke as shit. I'm broke as hell. No, I'm not gonna lie. Gonna be honest with you here, Chad. But once I will, you know, become bigger, blow up or whatnot, I won't be like pretending to be broke or whatever. I'll be like, yeah, okay, I made it, but I will do something with that and not just, you know, sit in the same boring ass room playing the same boring ass games and whatnot, and then complain about other YouTubers and streamers popping up left and right because they're like, yo, I made $1 million this month and I'm gonna take like 500K and buy this island and make a video out of it like Mr. Beast and give away that island, which is such an awesome concept, by the way. But he did that and Markiplier could have done that, right? Jacksepticeye and all the other boomer tubers, PewDiePie, now instead they bought supercars, they bought Lamborghini and Porsche and whatnot, and none of that wealth reflected in their content. They still made the same desktop content, right? Playing content and whatnot. But yeah, anyway, that's just a bit of lore for you. But yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. Make sure to like. Let's watch that video. Let's see what that guy has to say. So it's not him. He's like one of those faceless YouTubers, but yeah. Let's react to it Asmongold Gold style. I want to try if I can make it like he does, because he's the goat and that Asmongold Gold. But yeah, wait.
Streamers are getting paid more than NBA.
Let me check if...
That is, if you're looking at superstars like iShowSpeed, Kai.
Okay, from the start.
Streamers are getting paid more than NBA players. That is, if you're looking at superstars like iShowSpeed, Kai Cenat, and Aiden Ross. But
those are the W and L crowd. Those are the new guard. All the people he just mentioned.
many people don't want.
Those people are open. Those content creators, they're open with how much they earn. They're not. I mean, you can say they flex it, but they are just like, yo, I make that money. That's true.
Want to accept the reality that becoming a successful streamer in 2025 may just be impossible, but somebody was hell-bent on proving that wrong. The former world record holder for most subscribers in the world tried starting a new secret channel,
Ludwig,
across some shocking results.
Can I start a new Twitch channel?
and he is like that Poggers guy. He's part of that old guard, the part of the, okay, I'm playing this fake personality up here publicly, and you know, the same room and everything, same content, but he's a multimillionaire. He has millions. He has his own company. He does other things, and all from streaming, making content and whatnot. But he never was like Speed, who traveled the world, right? Who got to China and who got to Europe, to all those places, and were like, yo, here I am and whatnot. And like with Speed, people were like, yo, can you, I can't pay for the surgery. Do you got 1K? And he's like, yeah, I got you and whatnot. And yeah, he's gay, right? I mean, I don't know if he is gay. But he kinda, I don't know. But yeah, he had a trans flag in his like to own the charts, like a trans flag and whatnot in the background at some point. Perhaps that's why. But he has a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend that's actually a streamer too. But yeah, anyway, let's go on.
Become successful again, or was it all luck the first time? That's the question I wanted to find out.
The hugely successful streamer Ludwig discovered just how painful it is to get your first viewer on Twitch. And even after you build an audience, there are multiple stumbling blocks.
Yeah, so basically Ludwig, and it's kind of interesting because I can pull up other videos. He did this many times throughout the years, actually 4 years ago as well, where he was basically like that, hey, can I become successful again? Can I make it again, starting from scratch? And I kind of wonder, does he have some sort of imposter syndrome or whatnot? Because of the dog. Because in case you don't know, Ludwig, he became famous in the Super Smash Bros. Scene, right? So he didn't just start it out normally like I did, right? Just knowing, I know no one, no network, nothing, no event, nothing. I just took, that's my phone that I'm using still, and just recorded videos. I made asses on my other channel, but then yeah, I came into that streaming. Yeah, I like streaming more, and that's just me. I'm all by myself. And yeah, with Ludwig, he kind of became famous. Yeah, he made videos, but he worked for Snapchat, for example. He lives in California, in LA, right? He has all the contacts, right? Then there was those gaming tournaments. He was a nobody, but he played Super Smash Brothers, right? Which was a N64 game, I think. And he was good at it, right? That's just how it is. He was good at it. And he was streamed by other people, right? So bigger people streamed him playing. And they were like, yo, this guy is really good. hey, this guy should make his own, stream channel. He should make his own Twitch channel, right? So, and after long back and forth, he won a tournament. He was like, yo, I'm streaming now. I'll make my own streaming channel. And he didn't start it from scratch like I did. I started with 0, right? But he started with 100 people already watching him. The first stream, 100 people just instantly here. They're like, yo, you're that guy from the tournament, right? You're that awesome guy that won that and everything. And he was like, yeah, here I am. That's my stream channel. And so that's why I if I'm being honest, and that's my opinion, that's why I have gripes with him, right? When he's just like this, yo, I'm gonna prove to myself that I can make it from 0, when he even made it from 0 in the first place. And this will be reoccurring throughout this video, because the stuff that he does, like he pretends to be a new streamer, it seems just super off. And I'm a smaller streamer myself. Like most of the time, no people watch me, or like I appreciate you watching, by the way, but not many people watch me, right? So I can relate to that. I can speak about that and whatnot. But yeah, the dog is in the frame, so I can get more views. But yeah, so that's why I dislike Ludwig. So too long didn't read or whatever. You didn't know Smash 64 is good. Yeah. He basically became big through other people, right? And he stumbled into that. He worked for Snapchat. Yeah, he may have had his own YouTube channel that went anywhere, right? But it wasn't like he didn't grind until he became big. Like IShowSpeed, man, you can watch IShowSpeed. IShowSpeed streamed to nobody for years, for 3 years. You can watch the 13-year-old guy, the boy from his kid's room, streaming Fortnite from the PlayStation 4 to nobody. Their streams are still available. They are up on his channel. IShowSpeed grinded up to 43 million, right? Mr. Beast, he was like a trailer park. He lived in the bumfuck nowhere, and he grinded to the top. That's why, I admire those people, Speed and Mr. Beast, because they came from nothing. But with Ludwig, he was kind of that well-connected kid, right? He was connected and other people pushed him, but yeah, anyway.
The streamer Soluminati has delivered some pretty harsh truths about the current state of streaming himself.
Bro, Twitch is changing. A lot of y'all that's at the top, I say y'all is at the top of the pyramid. Y'all probably don't see what I see when you tap out and then you get a chance to look at what's taking place.
The original theory of streaming was that...
Exactly. But see, that's another point, but we will come to that later. This only focuses on Twitch, this whole essay. It only focuses, okay, streaming is bad in 2025. You cannot be a streamer anymore. You get no viewers. But it only focuses on Twitch. And I think that's a major... But this video is just plain wrong, right? Because Twitch is that dinosaur platform. It's that poggers platform we discussed. And yeah, Twitch is not meant to grow, but he will say that too, but we will come to that.
Level playing field with just a computer.
Yeah, that's I mean, he played it again, but that's basically what he did. Ludwig back then, you can look it up. He did the Super Smash Bros. Streams.
Or even a phone, you could become the next Aiden Ross. But once you really break down what's happening now, it's become incredibly clear that the ship has well and truly sailed.
Ludwig's test, yeah.
The streamers we know and love today are all incredibly talented, and it would be foolish to assume that just anyone could maintain an audience's attention for hours upon hours on a daily basis. At the same
I mean, you just gotta lock in and come up with new ideas and not just make the same over and over again and never improve, but yeah.
Time, they did gain a lot of momentum from the wave of popularity streamers experienced in the past 5 years. And Ludwig is a perfect example. He's a funny guy, but he also started during the early years of streaming when it was really developing.
It's hard but not impossible, yeah.
Benefited from the intense popularity streaming received during the pandemic, but just how much luck and talent played into his success is something he often gets asked about by his fans.
You see, after Streamer Games, I met a bunch of subscribers. You guys were asking me some random questions, including questions about live streaming. And somebody asked me, Ludwig, could you do it all over again? If you had to start a Twitch channel from the ground up, could you become a successful streamer once again? To which I said, of course, I'm good at talking to chat. Then they brought up a good point. I wouldn't have a chat to talk to.
The sad...
So that's already the first point, right? So why do I dislike him so much? Yeah, I'm just good at talking with chat. But as you can see now with this stream, there's one person in chat. Like, I don't diss you, man. I love you. Awesome for being here, Alonso, really. But there's nothing going on, right? I cannot go off of chat. You know, there's no people giving me like input and like being like, yo, and this and that, and have you heard this and check this out. And it's just like this constant barrage of so many, like you can pull up Azure Speed's stream and it's just, it's just like, it's like 12,000 RPM or whatever. So that's already the first thing. So how out of touch Ludwig is. So people ask him, hey, could you do it all over again? And he said like, the very first thing, he said like, yeah, I'm good at talking with chat. Like he cannot even, like every other person that grinded would have never said that because there's no one here. There's no one watching you because no one cares about you. That's not being harsh or whatever, or being, you know, taking the black pill as a streamer. That's just the reality of things. You can look up Speed. No one cared about him. Like that's just how it is. So you cannot go off of chat. What a person that grinded for success would have said would be like, yeah, I would come up with I don't know, with doing this as content, you know, going out and talking up 100 women for a date, right? Going, I don't know, for this crowd, or I don't know, going out and buying scratch cards until I win $1,000 or whatever. You know, content. Mr. Beast actually said that, and that's why I did that short. I will do that, you know, sideways. That's the side quest on my channel. I will try doing that, you know, just buying scratch cards. Not every day, I cannot afford that, but you know, kind of like documenting this, right? How many scratch cards until I win big? But yeah, whatever. But that's what an actual content creator does, right? This is just like, okay, this is an idea, man. That's so stupid. I kind of want to watch this guy. That's why I'm doing this, right? So to come back, that's why I dislike Ludwig, because he's like immediately, yeah, chat, because he has like 40,000, 50,000 people watching him. There's 10,000 people in chat all typing. I'll be like, yo, check this out, play this game. Hey, have you heard this? Yo, blah, 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 blah. And so many people. And he could just pick, and yeah, this guy. Yo, this guy said this, and yeah, oh, thanks for the 20 gifted. Of course, you can do this for 12 hours because there's so many people and they all give you this and that. You think that's the key, how to talk? Man, no to talk. I mean, it's one key, right? But it's so circumstantial, right? You cannot do this when you're starting out, right? You have no chat, no one's watching you, and he gives this as advice, right?
Reality is
but
that
yeah,
there are many streams where simply nobody is watching, and this leads
exactly
to a simple catch-22 situation. You need viewers to get popular, but you also need to be popular to get viewers.
Exactly.
But Ludwig figured that it should make sense that if he generated millions of subs before, he should be able to do it all over again.
He did this very famous subathon, where he got 1 million subscribers, right? And subscribers on Twitch means it works differently on Twitch. On Twitch, you follow people, which is free, and you can subscribe to them, which is basically a paid subscription for like $5 a month, which is like YouTube memberships, right? So if I had on this channel memberships, you could, on YouTube, it's like you can subscribe and you can join, and join is the membership, and you can support me monthly with like, I don't know, an amount, but I don't have it because you need to be monetized for that, right? So, but yeah, anyways, and he's famous for that subathon because he got like 1 million people to pay him $5 to basically, you know, sign up. And yeah, that's how it is.
Wanting to be the expert live streamer who...
So of course he, you know, he obviously knows what he's doing, right? Otherwise he wouldn't be able to have this, to sustain this audience, to get 1 million subs. Like, I'm not shit talking him in this regard, right? He knows what he's doing. He's a good streamer, but I just dislike him. He kind of fell into that and he didn't grind really. And the advice he gives, and which we'll see later, is just so off.
Doesn't know the answer to a question. I said, well, I would just talk as if there was a chat there. But could I actually do that? I can basically go live with any title at all, and a few thousand people are guaranteed to show up. So
exactly, and that's how it is with established creators. Because what you need to understand, me as a small creator, when I go live, it's always a coin flip. Is someone showing up? Because yeah, I do have some fans of you, some like to watch me, but you know, 1 or 2 people, or maybe they are like, he's playing Lethal Company again, I'm not really interested, or whatever. Or I make this video about, you know, how I live, but yes, some watch it, but no one is invested in me. Again, because no one cares. I'm a nobody, right? That's just how it is. Right, so he doesn't have to come up with content. He can just do the same stuff for 1 week and there will be thousands of people watching him solely for the sake of watching him. Because he is big, because they know him. He's done this since years. He just talks and goes off of chat and whatever. I played that game, it's Mafia. I never played Mafia, but anyway. But yeah, that's also like, as a small creator, you have to, you know, really get those gears turning. And think like Jimmy Neutron and all this animation. And what can I do to make people watch me? I need to come up with stunts, or I need to be freaky, or be sassy, or whatever, or do like stupid scratch cards, or I don't know, take my shirt off. So whatever, right? I'm a smaller streamer. I need to come up with some things to please, can I get 1 click and I'll get 1 view? That's the reality of being a small streamer, right? Because no one cares, no one tunes in. It's not a habit for people, right? Anyway,
live stream with no chat, or better yet, can I start a new Twitch channel and become successful again? Or was it all luck the first time?
Ludwig opened it.
Luck. So Mr. Beast always says, no, it's not luck, right? It's just skill. But of course, yeah, I subscribe to that. It's definitely skill. But there's also, if you would take luck as a thing, as like, okay, many things turning out in your favor, because there's also the case of KCO, right? KCO, he has 8 million subscribers on YouTube. He is also a Twitch streamer, but he did that grind. It didn't work out. A few years he did normal work. He stayed away from content creation, but then his mother was like, you know, you should start giving streaming another chance. And he was like, yo, okay, I can try, but I'm gonna do it differently this time. And what he did, he was fake streaming. Okay, so you can look this up. And what he did, he was recording himself playing NBA 2K, because back at that time it was a super trendy game. Everyone was playing it, and he knew that many people were craving to watch someone play the game. And he was fake streaming. He was recording himself playing the game, you know, doing some fake reactions and, you know, trying to get a funny moment. And he posted that to TikTok. He posted 3 videos to TikTok, and one of those clips, one of those videos blew up to 1 million. 1 million people saw this nobody, this no one guy, right? And that was luck. Many like pieces fell right into that hypothetical luck box into his favor. And you know, I don't know, whatever, Lady Fortuna or whatever algorithm, perhaps he just hit the nerve, perhaps, you know, he did just right. And yeah, he got that 1 million people on TikTok, and like 10,000 were like, yo, I'm gonna follow this guy on Twitch. And Queso, you know, he went live to 300 people on his first stream. So yeah, that's also luck. And it was the same with Ludwig, right? Ludwig as well. But yeah, you constantly need to change content as a small streamer. Exactly. That's definitely true. You cannot just go live and play this, and because people, you know, they don't care. But I already talked about this anyway.
New account called Retired Athlete 31 and started streaming in the just chatting category, which is the most popular section of Twitch. Only problem was he was just chatting to himself.
This is my chat.
Exactly.
Now, normally on my actual Twitch chat, there are always people there, typing constantly throughout the day. This Twitch chat has no reason to have anybody in it, because 0 people follow this Twitch channel, 0 people know it even exists.
Did you hear that? So even when he is offline, there are people in his Twitch chat, because on Twitch the chat is like there's the same chat for each stream. The chat is like its own kind of like a bit of a forum, right? And even when the streamer is offline, you can come into chat and type, and there's other people. You can earn points and whatnot. There's little games you can play. Basically like this, like YouTube chat, right? But constantly, because this chat, it kind of, you know, it expires when the stream ends. It's over. You cannot type anymore. And yeah, it's basically over. But there it's different. That's just a Twitch thing, but whatever. So he is on that stage. He's so big that even there's hundreds of people here typing in his chat, even when it's offline, right? So he could go live any point in the day, right? He doesn't have to be like me and be like, okay, when are the most amount of people online on YouTube and this time slot, which is now, I'm going to go live, so that I have the chance of reaching to cast the net as wide as possible, because some of my subscribers must be online now and they will, browse. What should I watch? Oh, Daimon is online. He's streaming. Let's check him out, right? If I would do this in the morning, no one's here, right? So he can just go live every time. And yeah, that's because he's big. So there's this whole dichotomy. It's almost as if it's a different universe, being a small streamer versus I did it wrong, man. Being a big streamer versus a small streamer. Yo, what the hell? I need a monster, right? It's completely different. So any advice big streamers can give doesn't necessarily apply, right? Not just advice, but more like habit, right? This is a mistake I did, I'm gonna be honest, because many of those big streamers do that starting soon segment, right? Like Speed does it and it goes for 3-4 minutes. And I did this as well because, I've seen it with the big streamers and was like, yo, I should do, the big people are doing this, the big streamers, I should do this too. Because, it must help. It must be good. Otherwise they are not doing it. Yeah, well, only that being a small streamer and having this 5 minutes starting soon, people do not care. They get the notification, hey, Daimon is live. They click on it and they see like, yo, starting soon, 2 minutes. Music is playing. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And whatever, I don't care. And, swipe away and I lost that viewer, right? Right. So, and as a small streamer, you have to go online and be like, immediately here, no waiting for people to join, because there's no one waiting for you. You don't have to wait like some sort of bus for children, right? Like a bus comes to the school and it waits and hundreds of children storm out, they flood in and you have to wait because there's so many, right? It's more like a city bus late at night. There's one person. Oh, man, I don't even want to stand still on this bus stop. It's kind of sketchy here. So, there's someone. Yeah, quickly and I can't see anyone. I'm just gonna go drive ahead. That's how you have to do it as a small streamer, right? You cannot just wait for people to come. You have to be super like bam, bam, bam. Just start talking and immediately because I get the most amount of viewers from people who are tuning in later into the stream, right? That's just how it is. 2 hours after the stream starts, that's the peak. And then when the stream is finished on YouTube, that's why I'm here on YouTube, the entire stream gets converted into a video. That's called a VOD, video on demand. And this VOD is also pushed. So, and 40 people watch this, right? After the stream, days after the stream. So, and that's why I have to stream differently, right? It's more like I'm making a live video, right? I cannot just be like, yeah, whatever, this in the moment at this point, at this stage. But yeah, anyway.
So I'm hoping we can get some people in here. I don't know how long it'll take. I don't know if anyone will even come in the first place, but I'm hoping I can get somebody in here.
When Ludwig started streaming in 2018, Twitch had about 3.4 million unique broadcasters on average per month.
That's a lot.
This figure was now 7.1 million. So he was now faced with double the competition.
So basically, yeah, that's like 7 million channels on Twitch, all vying for attention, all live. And it's just Twitch is only live content. And this is also why I dislike Twitch. Twitch was the first of its kind, yes, but it served its purpose, right? There's this kind of, it also happens like in business, right? Because everyone knows that story, Mark Zuckerberg didn't invent Facebook. He only took, the idea from someone else and made it better. Sad but true, but that's reality, right? Just because you're the first one doesn't mean you get like the monopoly on it, right? Twitch was the first one with streaming, and then others were like, oh, YouTube was like, yo, we could also do streaming, and how are we gonna do streaming, right? But yeah, anyway, and Twitch never evolved past that, right? It's just a streaming platform. There's no VODs and whatever. And Twitch is actively dying, right? He also mentions this later in the video, but Twitch is actively dying. Like it's losing advertisers, it's losing channels, it's losing viewers, and YouTube and competitors are growing, but that's a different topic.
Boom! What is up? What is up, y'all? How we doing today? Chat. Chat, what is up? Welcome back to the stream.
That's how it is.
Today?
No
My
one here.
goal is 1 follower. I like that. That's an achievable goal. All right, when that shit is complete, I'm a happy man. All right, well, I'm just gonna keep chat up on the side here, and I don't know. I guess let's just start doing some stuff today. So first thing I wanted to do is
Yeah, and what are you going to do? So as when there's no one watching.
bang through my daily games. All right. Peace.
After a few minutes, Ludwig got what he thought was his first follower.
Oh,
But guess what? Guess what? Who it is in chat? You know very well who it is. You know very well. You are a small creator, and oh, there's someone following me. There's someone in chat typing something, but it's not an actual person. It's something much more sinister. You know what it is. I made a video about it.
oh my God! I got my first follower. Okay, wait. Are you a bot? Are you a real human? Newbie Twitch girly loves cosplays. Follow for future streams, and you have an OnlyFans. Why do I get the feeling that you are botting to follow a bunch of new accounts so that pathetic streamers like me click to see who you are?
Exactly. That's how it is as a small streamer. You do not even get actual people. You get like bots that, you know, shield their own stuff, and you get scammers. You get a lot of scammers. Exactly this. I made a video about that. People trying to sell you stuff, people trying to scam you because they see you. I mean, I did it here. They see you and you are a cow, right? You're here to be taken out, but that's a different topic. But so even if you get someone as a newbie, as a 0 people streamer or YouTuber, it's just people wanting to take advantage of you. That's the reality. And you also need to consider all the mental load, right? So it's not just, okay, you're alive to no one, but even when someone comes, you know, it's a fake person. It's a bot. You get Indians, exactly. You get Indians.
Twitch, like many other online
Just like Canada.
platforms, has its issues with bots. The company recently cracked down on botting and noticed that on some accounts, 5 to 22% of the audience was completely fake.
At least 22. At least. Man, so many creators, they are absolutely striving on Twitch bots. It's just, you see someone 80k viewers and then there's like 100 people typing in chat. There's so many creators who call this out. XQC, for example. Shout out to XQC, w.xqcl, but whatever. But man, that's Twitch. And YouTube, man, YouTube is insane. The bots, so bots cannot exist as they exist on Twitch. So view bots, right? What exists on YouTube are like those very sophisticated AI bots, but YouTube is owned by Google, right? Google basically owns the internet at this point, and YouTube actually knows who is a bot and who is a real person. I had this so many times that I had like 5 people here watching. And then YouTube was like checking them and they're like, yo, there's 3 bots among them, and pushed out. And YouTube is much more, XQC said it, YouTube is much more live. It's actually live. It's constantly checking, is this an actual person or is this someone just, you know, having a tab open? Because it's like asking, it's not like Netflix, are you still watching? But it's more like checking, is this an actual person that's engaged or is this just a, you know, is this a bot or whatever, or just someone farming? Because YouTube it's skimming them off. I'm constantly see this. I see a video having like 20 views, and then it's like bloop, 10 views because detected bots. And it's not like, you know, views. YouTube shadow banning your views. It's they are actually recognizing the bot farms. So that's the big plus on YouTube, because those are when there's 5 people watching, I'm not a bot. I know, because otherwise YouTube would have removed you, because YouTube is actually knowing who is a bot and not. So when you see someone live on YouTube and it shows like 5,000 people, you know it's actually 5,000 people, and it's not like 2K bots and the rest are just, people having a tab open and not really caring. But yeah. And that's also a reason why Twitch, I mean, you can look there, there's so many essays about this already, but Twitch is dying and the bots are a reason for that.
But while staring at a blank screen, Ludwig sympathized with the people who did this.
I get why people view bots.
Are you gonna remember us when you have so many subscribers? Man, I will. I will, like, at least the good ones. But there have been some people who are, like, kind of weird. So that's why I had to close the Discord server down. Nah, but I'm gonna remember the OGs. Like, I definitely do. Like, there will be roles and stuff for that, but I definitely do. But yeah, man, I'm gonna say now I can't wait. Like, not gonna lie, enjoy this, but I can't wait until I'm famous. Like, I think I need to be a big streamer, right? And I will do so much stuff when I'm bigger, when I got the money and whatnot. I will be like, I don't know, Mr. Beast or Aisha Speed or whatever. Then I will go all out. But yeah, I'm gonna remember you. Like that one meme guy, I'm gonna blow, like, with the one with the fake teeth, with the iced out teeth, who was like, I'm gonna blow up. And then I act like I know nobody. That guy. If you remember him. I'm not gonna be like that.
What are you supposed to do on Twitch if you don't view bot? You're just stuck in damned hell waiting for one person to drag you out of it. I get it though. I understand why someone would want to view bot. I'm not condoning it. But if you view bot, you'll have real people in there because you just appear higher in the category.
Exactly. That's another thing. Because people, when they see a stream with 3 people watching, they will think, yo, this shit's bad. This shit's gonna suck ass. I will not click on that. But when they see a stream with 100 people watching, like, on browse and 100 people watching, they will be like, yo, that's gotta be fire. There's 100 people watching this guy. This gotta be fire, right? And then they will click on it. And it's kind of, again, catch 22, right? It's this kind of snowball effect, right? It's so, I said this so many times, but it's like, it's the same with videos, right? When a video has 20 views and someone sees it, he's gonna be like, yo, that's video gonna be awesome. I'm not even bothering. But when he sees, yo, that video has 200k views, yo, this must be good. I'm gonna give it a watch. Even though I don't know this Daimon guy, I'm gonna watch it anyway. And that's how it is. And what YouTube is doing to, like, kind of offset this, I can see this on the back end. YouTube is pushing, like, those very low view videos. I'm gonna get the stutter again. Low view videos. And YouTube is gonna give them this extra push, right? And this 20 view video, right, is gonna get pushed to like 10k people, even though it's like none of them click on it, but some will eventually click, right? Because YouTube knows, hey, smaller creators are always like, okay, they need this extra push because no one's gonna bother with them. And Ludwig mentions it himself, right? And yeah, keep killing it. Yeah, man, I will. But yeah, that's another thing. That's this kind of, it's like a devil's circle. We call it in German a devil's circle. I don't know if it has a name in English, but it's this kind of self-repeating. Okay, you are a small YouTuber. You have no one watching. You make a video. 2 people watch it. People won't click it because not many people watch it. You don't get more clicks. You stay a small YouTuber, and it's this cycle, right? That's how it is. But thankfully now with shorts work differently, because shorts is more like, it's gonna push very violently. Your short doesn't matter to 1k people, and then it just gonna look at it and gonna see, okay, how many people actually watched it, how many liked it. Okay, so 20 people liked it, not bad, I'm gonna push it further. Or it's gonna be like, okay, only 2 people liked it, nah, I'm not gonna push it. But that's why I'm also posting so many shorts, because YouTube shorts are like pushed out super violently to as many people as possible, as long as they keep watching. Because it's just random. You can see how many likes a short has. Maybe some people are gonna be like, yo, 10 likes, I'm gonna keep swiping. But many are be like, okay, they swipe and they're like, okay, they see the first 5 seconds, first 3 seconds are gonna like, okay, that's kind of funny. I keep watching. I don't even know how many views this have. That's why shorts are the hack. Thankfully, there's shorts. Thankfully, because this is gonna help you, because videos, you need years for that, because yeah, you will get views, but you're gonna be stuck in that, okay, 200 view video, which is already pretty good. But so many people, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man, I'm gonna be super honest, not gonna lie, chat. There's not a single video I've watched that has less than 60k views on my private channel, right? Never. Throughout all the years that I watched YouTube, every single video that I watched always had at least 60k videos. 60k views, what's wrong with me? It has at least 60k views, right? So, but you know, that's actually a very small portion of YouTube, right? There's only like 7% of all creators on YouTube are monetized, right? 7%. So there's 93% of people on YouTube who do not have 1k, I mean, okay, who are not monetized, and you can look it up. I mean, they can have 1k subs, but they never get the traction, right? And that's how it is. But thankfully, I already got snake eating its own tail. Yeah, exactly. Definitely. That's how it is. But yeah, they are all that snake who never get like this exposure, right? Because I'm gonna admit it, people like me, they first of all, they're not gonna get those videos served. The algorithm is more like, okay, if someone watches low view count videos, he will watch more because, you know, he's gonna give those people a chance or whatever. But the algorithm knows if you only watch videos with at least 1 million views, you only get 1 million view videos. I mean, you can test it yourself. Make a new account and look up Mr. Beast, Ryan Trahan, and Asmongold. All people who only get 1 million views, and you will only get those, you will get a lot of other channels and they all have at least 1 mil, right? That's how it is. And if you watch content like mine, for example, I bet so much you will get other creators recommended to you as well who have like 20 views because you watched me. That's how the algorithm works. That's how much I learned already. But yeah, that's snake eating its own tail. Yeah, the devil's circle.
The rich get richer.
Because of the way the algorithm works, streamers are almost incentivized to view bot. So new streamers might think that they have no option than to pay $20 to view bot 50 lives.
That there even exists services that have an UI like this, because this is like Amazon, right? This is like ChatGPT. It's like, yo, okay, you software as a service. Yo, hey customer. So do you want the basic, the gold, or the platinum package, right? The silver, gold, or platinum package. And this is for view botting, right? Which is actually against term of service. It's illegal basically, right? So imagine how many people there are that are gonna go out and buy this, that they come up with this. Like, this is actually corporate. This is like fleshed out corporate stuff, right? So we got software as a service. You can get this monthly. Road to affiliate. Best option for personal use and achieving affiliate status, $20 a month. And you get 50 live viewers, realistic chatters, custom chat lists. So you can have like the bots mention specific words or stuff. For example, 200 permanent followers. So you can get the bots to follow you. It lasts for 7 days. You can get support even, like there's a support agent. You're gonna be like a small creator, ring up, ring a ring. You have your support agent and gonna be like, yo, about the silver package, yo. And there's like only 19 viewers. Like, where the other viewers? They're like, oh yeah, okay, let me check the backend. Bloop, beep, beep, pop up, typing something. They should come soon. Oh, thank you. And that's how it works. Yo, it's so bad. It's actually bad. Completely undetected, yeah. Because wait, you can see this, right? Because yeah. And man, that's insane. That's how it is. And yeah, I got 100 live viewers, 250. Yeah.
Viewers. And also run the risk of being banned because this is against terms of service. Rice Gum was famously banned for this nearly a decade ago. Ludwig soon realized that the just chatting was too broad of a category and he needed to go more niche. He also followed his stream on his other account to bump up the numbers.
So yeah, so there we have it. So it's the first strategizing, because like I said before, you cannot just go live as a small content creator. You need to have a niche. Like this is like your own content. Like for example, oh, I made essays about the occult. That was my niche, because otherwise I would have no chance to get a view on YouTube, right? And now with the live streams, what I did was to carry over some people who watched my live streams there and who was like, okay, yo, I could imagine watching him not just for his occult content, but also for his personality, you know, for his pretty face, for his weird fake hair, fake looking ass hair. But yeah, so I was being strategic back then already, right? That's how I did it. Otherwise, you need to have a niche, right? To be like, okay, I mean, I did it with the Lethal Company, right? You'd be like, okay, I'm gonna only play this game and I'm gonna do solo run. I'm gonna do world record attempts, gonna sweat super hard or whatever, or just gonna do meme stuff or GTA, RP. Many people like that, or just gonna be like Minecraft or whatever. That's niche. That's niche for you.
Well, it's been a little under half an hour. We hit our follower goal, but nobody has chatted yet. I'm realizing, however, even though...
Yo, this niche guy can do more than occult goat. Man, I appreciate it. Really, thank you. Because there's a lot of people, I mean, like, know this, right? No disrespect. There's a lot of people who are just like, okay, I'm going to do a niche. And it's like, okay, sports clips, for example, or essays about school shooters. And yeah, this exists and this gets a lot. Or JCS, right? Criminal psychology, and or code blue cam, right? Only about, okay, I only make videos about crimes, about serial killers specifically, because there's demand, right? And I know I can get like 20K people watching at least, right? And they stay this niche, and I mean, more power to them, right? But it's super limited, right? Because when those people, I mean, if they ever have a face cam, right, which is called a talking head, right? Like here, that's a talking head, which is I. Many just are faceless channels. That's okay as well. But as soon as they start to deviate even a little bit, an inch or less than an inch, the views drop. And instead of 500,000 people clicking on your video, it's only 100K, right? Because you deviated, right? Because you're in a niche and you boxed yourself in, kinda. And that's what I wanted to avert with my occult content, right? Because I was, okay, I know a bit about the occult. I mean, what should I make videos about? I mean, I could make videos about the occult, and I was like, yeah, that's my niche. But I kind of like, I actually dislike that. I mean, I like that topic. I like it personally, but man, I hate making videos about the occult. I want to do, you know, this is heavy. This is super heavy topic, and to talk about, you know, all those, you know, what they did in the past, and about those people that, you know what I mean? This is heavy. And, you know, I cannot come up here and talk about all this heavy stuff all the time. I want to make some jokes as well. I want to be less serious. I want to be more creative, right? Because I knew this because I watched many other YouTubers. I knew when I do this, I had to do face cam. I mean, the first videos didn't have them because it was just too much technical advice, right? The hyperbole videos, whatever. But then I did face cam because I knew I would deviate at some point, and at least people know my face, right? So perhaps they can connect to me, right? Because I know, yo, this is kind of hard to always talk about this. This is heavy and whatnot. I want to do lighter topic. I want to play a game as well. You know, I don't always want to do grim dark and whatever. But yeah, you see, there's a lot of strategizing, and you cannot just go and record and do whatever, because you run into problems, right? So when people ask, is it hard to be a content creator? Man, it's super hard. Man, it's especially if you're small and starting out, there's so many things like I'm thankful that I even got so many views with my occult stuff, because there's other people, they post a video and it gets 1 view or 2 view, even when it's an essay about, like, I don't know, about the Flint water crisis in the US or I don't know, whatever, about bank heists and whatnot. They get like 10 views, and that's just how it is. They never get 1K or whatever. But yeah, but thankfully, but it's actually hard. There's so much, and it's constantly, okay, there's not many people watching. Does that mean I'm bad, or does that mean that people will eventually come and they haven't found me yet? Right? That's another thing. But yeah, you were different than other because you didn't just read off wiki. Yeah, so I had to differentiate myself. So, and to make like personal points, tensions, and what I found out myself. But yeah, and this is also what I kind of dislike because, you know, yeah, whatever. A lot of personal stuff and anyway, let's see what Ludwig here has to say.
Chatting is the largest category. It is probably the hardest to grow in. So I think just chatting's too big of a category.
Wait. You can see this right here. So he went on to browse, and so on Twitch you can like, this is like L on YouTube side, minus on YouTube. You cannot browse on YouTube by like content, by, okay, like for example, oh, I only want to see like the live streamers who play GTA. This doesn't exist. You can only sort by live streams. And even then it's like very dependent on the region and whatnot. But you can do this on Twitch and on Kick, that, okay, I want to see like a live stream about, I don't know, gambling or whatever, or people playing this game, or hey, I kind of want to watch someone play Final Fantasy. Or like, I kind of want to buy this game, but I don't know if it's good. I'm gonna watch a streamer play it, and you're gonna pull up Twitch and be like, okay, and sort by this game. And yeah, this is what he did. And you can see this here, okay? He pulled up just chatting, and you can see 26 viewers, 26, 26, 26, 25, 25, 25. And it's ranked, right? And there's a girl, ASMR and whatnot. And there's some boobs. And so you can already see it here. All those are small streamers, and they are all trying to, I mean, it sounds kind of harsh, kind of hard, right? But they all kind of try to siphon from that pool. They all they try to get a slice from that big pie that is Twitch viewers. But on Twitch, it's like the law of the jungle. It's only the biggest and the strongest, and the biggest alpha gets all the women, like, right? Only Chat gets Stacy. and the virgin beta cannot even get Becky like the shorter mate. Damn, no, that's just how it is. It's just red pill. It's just red pill environment on Twitch. Red pill proved. It's over. That only like the people with all the with like 5K, they get all the viewers, because of course no one's gonna go scroll down and look at them, because that's just really, you have to go out of your way to look someone up. But on YouTube, there's this very sophisticated AI algorithm that watches the stream, and it's like, okay, oh, he's talking, he's reacting. I'm going to push the stream and recommend the stream to people who watched streamers in the past, who watched people react in the past, right? And just gonna test it, right? And it doesn't matter. They watched Asmongold, they watched XQC, and they might see this stream in browse. You know, they're gonna lay in bed, get the phone open, you know, refresh the YouTube app, and my stream might pop up under a video of XQC, right? And they're gonna be like, this guy is like, I mean, I could check it out. So it's much better already, because YouTube is kind of putting you on the silver plate and be like, do you want to watch? Do you want to watch this small streamer? Do you want to try? You watched Asmongold before? Maybe you like it. Do you want to try? Basically how YouTube does it. So you can grow on YouTube. You can grow. But not on Twitch. Twitch, it's over. And he will also say this.
Chatting's too big of a category. So let me switch my approach. How about I play Peak?
This tactic of branching into games failed, so Ludwig was faced with a very common tactic people use to get attention on the internet. Right before the hour mark, he went for a thirst trap.
What brings viewers?
So again, Ludwig, he doesn't really understand the grind, right? So he's going through all the things he does as a big creator, or right, logic gate, or things he must do or he can do, and I will surely get a view. So he's gonna, I know niche, and I will just play a game, but there's thousands of others playing a game, and this doesn't work either, and just chatting doesn't work, and yeah.
Oh, what if I thirst trap so in the thumbnail I'm hotter?
Taking the shirt off. So this is like actually desperate. I mean, I did this too. I'm gonna be. I put the harness on because, you know, so some people will click it. They see like a shirtless guy. I mean, that's just how it is, and you gotta respect the hustle and the grind, and that's why I cannot hate on girls, you know, doing specific platforms, because I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Let's see what Totty here has to say.
I'm going with a white tank top because people are gonna
He's going with the wife beater.
see it in the thumbnail and they're gonna go, "Damn, that dude does look like a retired athlete." He's definitely got the body of someone retired.
2.5 hours into the stream and without a single viewer, he decided to eat a hot
2.5 hours. Can you imagine this? Not a single person watching. And the dog again. And if he wouldn't record it, I guarantee you he would have quit. He would have just ended and be like, yo, I'm just gonna go out and clear my mind. Imagine being live for 2.5 hours and trying to be entertaining, talking the entire time, playing a game, watching something, being entertaining, because someone might watch you. And if you're just here and having the fluid stare or the Gen Z stare while playing a game, they're gonna be like, yo, this guy is super boring, man. I cannot be asked. This is mid. And they will click off. So even in the off chance, in the very occult chance that through quantum manipulations and ways to traveling through all the universes, that someone magically got kicked to watch your stream, and you have to be top, you have to be in your prime, you have to be a stud, because otherwise he will just click off and you missed a chance. Just like being like, yo, that's a cute golf girl, I'm gonna talk her up. And I don't know, she went away, she took the bus, she's gone, the chance is gone, you blew it. That's it. You didn't talk her up. Your chance is gone. It's gone. You have to live with it. It's over for you. You will stay single for your life and you will never have stinky golf girl feed. But that's basically how it is as a streamer. So imagine being top for 2.5 hours and no one watching. Man, and this got to me as well. So that's why I had to like stop looking at the numbers all the time, and I'm gonna pretend there's like at least my regulars watching, and I'm gonna make content for them. And at the end of the stream, I can see, okay, damn, there were only 7 people in total, and most of them clicked off after 2 minutes. Damn, but yeah, that's mentally like I cannot. I fell into the trap of be like, yo, where are the people? Why is no one here? And this weighed me down. But I came to realize, okay, by watching like Speed and Mr. Beast, their early videos, they had the struggle, and they were like, you know, fuck it, I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna pretend there's someone here, talk to myself. Be like, maybe someone will say something, and this is how you make it, because otherwise you will never make it, never. And that's why, yeah.
hot dog as fast as he could.
Then he's starting like doing a challenge. But to whom are you gonna do the challenge for when no one's watching?
The goal is to eat it as fast as possible. One man, one hot dog. All right, come on, lock in.
Even the water. And now imagine doing this and no one's watching and no one will see this. Just get yourself in that headspace of doing something like this, but no one will see it. That's like met there. That's some more. You need some more cold knowledge for that, to stomach that.
This again didn't work, so he decided to move to an area.
All this and it didn't work. Nothing. That's the reality of a small creator. Yo, that's just how it is. Yo, this is this is great. And once you're big, you can go live and literally say nothing, and there's 20,000 people here for hours. And they are revolting in chat because you're just here, and chat goes Man, that's just so insane. Being a creator is insane. It's actual insanity. Actual textbook definition, insanity. You go to a library of your choice. Doesn't matter. You take the bus. Doesn't matter where. You go to the library. You're gonna go to dictionary. Say, yo, Miss Library, Miss, can I get a dictionary, please? You're gonna get it. You're gonna open it up. Insanity, and it's exactly this. It's like black and white on black. It's exactly this. That's insanity.
Of Twitch, where one of his fans might recognize him.
So I'm going for a Hail Mary.
So, okay, again. So he became even more desperate. What does he do next? He's cheating. That's what he's doing. He's cheating.
This again didn't work, so he decided to move to an area of Twitch where one of his fans might recognize him.
So I'm going for a Hail Mary. I'm going to the game that I started with in my streaming career. I'm going to play Super Smash Bros. Melee. Honest to God, it's kind of like showing up to a GameStop. My chance of getting recognized at a GameStop in the mall is much higher than at a Macy's in the mall. If this doesn't work, we'll switch gears again.
The biggest takeaway from this is that streaming on its own is not a way to build an audience. Twitch is notoriously bad for discoverability and is used as a base and not somewhere that you can grow. So had Ludwig done this experiment on YouTube, he might have seen some different results. But for anyone starting streaming in 2025, this is where Ludwig actually gives some pretty sensible advice.
If I were to really do this starting from scratch, my entire stream would have been the hot dog segment. It would have been maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes total, hour tops. And then I would have made a few shorts of me showing how you can learn to eat a hot dog in less than 15 seconds.
Exactly. That's what he came to realize. That you cannot go live. You cannot live stream for hours. You have to go live. One person is watching. A W for whoever is watching. You cannot go live like I did for so many hours and whatnot. 5 hours, 5, 4, 3. You have to go live for 1 hour. And you have to make shorts out of it. Because shorts, 1.7K, 1.3K, 1.3K, 3.3K, that did well. 600 views. And this one... Man, this one. But yeah, this is what you have to do. Because there may be one person out of this 1,000, of those 2,000 that watched that short, that clip, that may be like, yo, this guy is kind of funny. Maybe I can catch him live, and he may tune in, then drop off, be like, okay, yeah, I watched him for 5 minutes, and there will be another guy. You keep doing this, post more shots, another guy, perhaps 2 guys, and 2 guys simultaneously. They tune in, and they like chatting, and perhaps they have some fun, and you get another guy. Then it's 3. Then they become regulars, and another regular, and another blah, 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 again, and then you are at 100, and then it's like, then you are actually a creator. There's people going off. They're just watching you for you, and you can actually start doing a 6-hour stream and bam, and they were like, yo, God, this is insane. I didn't knew that, and that's how it is, and that's also what I learned.
Your first try,
and however, he did not do that, Ludwig, originally, because he had that 300 people that knew him from his tournaments that he won, that someone else streamed and that he co-hosted. And so they were like, yo, I've seen this guy on this guy's stream. So he already has the people who watch streams, and they'll be like, yo, he has his own channel. Yeah, let's all watch him. And 300 people, and he can go, he doesn't have that grind phase that can take like for 1 million years or whatever. He was immediately in that, yo, I can go full retard now. There's so many people watching. I can go do this. They will love it.
And post that on TikTok, IG, had something else ready for tomorrow.
Exactly.
Max an hour.
Eventually, Ludwig was forced to trick people into clicking on his stream.
I'll put exclamation point giveaway in the title. That way, somebody thinks there's a giveaway going on. There's no giveaway going on.
And
Cheating
this dirty
again.
trick actually paid off.
Okay, who is this Oscar guy? How do you know? What? Oscar, where did you come from? Sorry. Wait, don't apologize.
Yeah, hey Lud. And is this a what channel? And yeah, so basically he's leveraging his already existing audience from a decade of being a successful creator to like even to like, okay, I can get recognized. And Ludwig, he pulls millions of views also on YouTube, right? So, and he gets two people there. And I mean, that's the max what we see this later, but I watched that part. But someone like him can get 2 people max. Like, can you imagine this? Who is already like an internet influencer, right? Who is already very well known. So just to put it into perspective, and only he can get like 2 people on a completely new channel.
How'd you find the stream?
Only.
I'm just a fan? How'd you find this stream, though? I thought you were AI. Oh, Bad Player HS told him. Wait, how did you find the stream, Bad Player HS? I saw giveaway in the title. I was like, yo, a giveaway. It worked! Okay, I'm going to tell you guys. I've been live for the past 5 hours. It turns out it is not easy
4.5 hours and no one tuned in.
at all. In fact, this is very difficult. And nobody clicks streams with 0 viewers or 1 viewer.
This experiment provided a good insight into just how
And it's like he kind of didn't knew that, and I don't think it's played. I don't think it's like played for the video or whatever. But I think he actually thought he could get 1 view as just a nobody streamer. I think and he's just so disconnected from everything. That's what I dislike about him.
saturated streaming is, but even if a new streamer did manage to overcome this hurdle and build up an audience, there are a number of other obstacles in the way. And this is only the beginning of what streamers in 2025 are up against.
Why is streaming harder?
Zach Bussey, who was close to...
So this was kind of now this essay is like in the second part. The first part that we just watched focused more on Ludwig and his experiment, right? And the second part focuses more on streaming as a whole. And I also have a lot to say about this part because it only focuses on Twitch, right? They still have this mistaken belief that as a streamer you have to be on Twitch. But Twitch is the sinking ship. Twitch is dying, and this essayist, not Ludwig, the person who made this video that we are watching, came to the erroneous conclusion that streaming as a whole is impossible, which is not true. And he only bases this off of like Twitch because there's so many people on Twitch. There's people leaving Twitch. Why are people leaving Twitch? Where are those people going to? Where are they going to? To the platform you are on now. Haha! That's why your boy is here. That's why your boy Daimon is here and not on Twitch, because people ask me, now forget Twitch. I will tell this everyone, forget Twitch. You have to stream on YouTube, just like I Show Speed did.
10K subs on Twitch pointed out that Twitch viewership has basically been on a downward spiral for the past 5 years.
This one's overall viewership from Twitch Tracker. It shows the COVID boom in 2020, the 2021 peak, and the steady decline ever since. 2022 dipped below 2021, 2023 was basically flat, and 2024 trended slightly down. Now that we're in 2025, viewership is at its lowest that it's been in years. That's brutal.
And it was not just the pandemic that has generated this downfall. Nightinator, who has over 60,000 subs on Twitch, pointed out that after the pandemic, we experienced
60k people paying her monthly. That's a lot. That's 300k a month. And let me guess, she's also doing that shtick of being like, oh, I'm just like you. Oh, I cannot do expensive videos because I'm just like you.
The cost of living crisis, which also destroyed many people's dreams of becoming a full-time streamer.
Streaming is crowdfunded, meaning that we get our income from people subscribing and tipping. But in this economic climate, unfortunately, people just don't have that money. And whilst there are other ways to diversify, such as getting sponsorships and brand deals, those are not...
By the way, let's take a quick break to talk about today's sponsor. Monster Energy. Monster Energy is such a good drink. Now I'm playing. Man, I wish I was sponsored by Monster.
Normally few and far between, and they're normally reserved for people who have quite a big audience.
If your cost of living suddenly went up, one of the first things that you would do is cut off non-essential spending, and supporting your favorite streamer sadly fits neatly into this category. You also need to keep it.
So this is already where it starts to deviate off to this very isolated bubble of thinking. Okay, we can only make money by people donating and tipping. Yeah, well, you make money by ad revenue on a platform called YouTube, and quite good if you get a lot of views and if you make at least 8-minute long videos, if you have good retention, you can make some ad revenue, right? You can make some money here. You're not just you can't just say, oh, streaming is impossible because people don't tip you. Yeah, well, most, like Mr. Beast is living only off of ad revenue. Like he became the world's youngest billionaire, and yeah, okay, he has all those businesses and whatnot, all these ventures, but he started with ad revenue and with some sponsorship money, right? But it was mostly ad revenue that he just reinvested. So yeah, so that's why I'm not really worrying about, you know, if people donate us or membership or whatnot, because there's still ad revenue.
Keep in mind that anything a streamer earns from Twitch is revenue and not profit. Streamers starting off on average will spend about $400 on equipment, not considering the PC. And
I see this popping up on Reddit as well. All those people are like, yo, I want to start streaming, what should I buy? And then there's like 20 comments of like super autistic nerds are like, oh, you need a Shure mic for $500. You need like an Elgato HD screen capture setup for $200. You need this monitor, blah blah blah. You need a plushie for $500. You need neon lights for $1,000. You need a super hyper gaming PC, $4K. This and you need a jingle for $1K. And all this money, all this, otherwise you cannot make it. Right? That's such the Blaze microphone 6 from in Play 6 dicks in your mouth, rather. Not because this is what it actually is. You don't need anything, man. You absolutely nothing. You take your phone. This is my phone. Beep pop, beep pop. Hello. I'm calling from my phone. I'm using my phone to stream. And this is the PC that I have since 2019 or whatever. That's my PC. That's the one I use for work. If I had as I was employed, I'm unemployed. I'm an unemployed behavior. That's streaming. No, but that's just my PC that everyone has. Most people have one. Okay, many people have one. And there's a laptop, but this from work. So you can even make it possible with like the stuff you get from your job, right? Some get phones or like laptops. You can make it work like this. Speed used this laptop, like the laptop webcam, and the PS4 to stream, right? Like super mashed and mangled, and he made it work to stream. You don't need to buy anything. And yeah, those man, I kind of pity them. I feel sad for them. But if you go there and say like, yo, you don't need anything at all, you get downvoted and whatnot because people hate this because I mean, I think he will say this too, but people need a reason why it doesn't work. Because let's be real, content creation, it has the biggest churn rate possible. Like churn means how many people sign up, how many people get invested, but then drop off. This is a term from economy, churn. Like they use it, for example, churn rate in subscription, right? So someone at Netflix or Amazon is like a dashboard, and he has like, okay, how many people signed up for Prime or whatever, of Netflix or whatever, and how many people dropped off, and this is our value. It's called churn rate. How many people signed up, then they dropped off for whatever reason. Right, and content creation has the biggest churn rate possible. There's like, sorry, but there's like 100 people creating a channel, making content, and guess how many stay a content creator after 1 year? Of those 100 people, guess how many? It's zero. It's 0 people. And that was just wow. And this, how many? Out of 200 people? Well, it's still 0. And you can go all the way up to 1,000. Out of 1,000 people who sign up who make a channel or whatever, who start, I'm going to be a content creator, who post a video. How many stay a creator? How many are still active after 1 year out of 1,000 people? One person. Their churn rate is insane. It's 99.9% because it's just super hard. and then there's this whole, and if you do this, 1,000 people, 1 person remains. Does this 1 person make it? You need 1K, again, 1,000 people, and out of this, how many will make it? And it goes on, whatever. But my point is, like, all those people, they want like a reason why it didn't work out, because I mean, it sounds hard, and it's just that it's hard, and they want the reason that, I didn't have the right equipment. All those YouTubers, they have those super fancy cams and those Shure mics, like those Rode mics, those the O with the strike through. That's a Rode. That's a bit of an expensive mic, like a clipper mic. They're like, they have ring light, they have soft boxes, they have a microphone, they have a box there, they have an Elgato capturing everything, and that's why I didn't make it, because I didn't have all of this. And then they'll just be like, that's the reason. So when they stop or when they drop out because they couldn't take it anymore. Man, that's from all the talking. My throat, I'm not even screaming and my throat is all scratchy. But yeah, that's whatever. But yeah, but you don't need anything. And that's why I feel pity on them. And the other day, there was like this one person who was like, I got $800. And I want to be a YouTuber. What should I get? And people had like this whole shopping list of stuff he should buy and with links and everything. And I was like, I genuinely and absolutely posted, you're gonna get a $50 Yeti Blue mic. That's a Yeti Blue, a $50 Yeti Blue mic, secondhand from a secondhand shop or buy it off from someone. Yeah, secondhand. And you're gonna look at getting by some means editing software, or perhaps what you do, you only get the mic, you use a phone, and you use the $750 that remain to go on Fiverr, and you get an editor, right? And you're gonna record your videos, and you send them to your editor and say like, I want to have the video look like this, and this, right? Make it. You're an editor, you have experience, you know what you're doing, right? To get like 5, 6, 7 videos out from that $700 to have like genuinely well-made videos, to be the first videos on your channels, right? And to also to learn, to see like from an actual expert who does this for other YouTubers, this is how you edit a video for YouTube. This is how the video is supposed to look like. To get like the source files and everything, or perhaps to get like a container, or like pay him, I don't know, like, he's gonna do light edit and he's gonna edit 10 videos for you or whatever, until you are up on his level, right? This is what I suggested. And I was a purple dog with this. I was like completely out of their little box, out of their little group of thinking, because their thinking was like, okay, you need a Shurma, you need blah blah blah, and this there, and this there, and this and all this, and you gonna spend this and at least this. And I was the guy who was like, yo, you're gonna get a secondhand bike, and you're gonna get you hire an editor because you don't know what you're doing yet. And this is not meant mean, because I also didn't know what I was doing as I made my first videos. I learned this from watching others and from seeing how the videos perform and how the streams perform, what I need to say or do, right? And this is the best amount of money, because, and he will also say this in this video, he will also say this, the essays, right? It doesn't matter. Not at all. The equipment, it doesn't matter at all. Okay, yeah, and you have all this fancy equipment, and you have no clue how any of this works, right? You have no clue what you're doing, and you're just and stuttering and step on a long form video, right? On an edited video, you're just gonna record yourself and upload it. You know, no edits, no thumbnail or whatever, and just go, oh, it didn't work. Oh, I can never make it. That you can have all the equipment in the world if you don't know what you're doing. But if you know what you're doing, you can make it work on a stupid phone. That's a 3-year-old phone. It has a broken screen. I cannot even show you that because I use it as a cam. And that's a secondhand mic I bought from our version of Craigslist, right? You don't need anything, right? You only need yourself. That's someone should make like a motivational video out of this, what I just said, and with like a filter and some background music. Like I did. I'm gonna make this myself. I think that this is gonna be a clip.
Earn anywhere from $50 to $1,500 a month, so it might be a couple of months before people even break even on the cost, and that's assuming they grow. The popular streamer Snowcone.
This sounds all good and well, and it's wow, $1,500. That's actually a lot for a small streamer. this one right here, yeah. This takes a while. Even on my other channel, the essay channel, I made like, with donations and everything, I made like 100 a month. But this is with the donations and memberships, right? Without donations and memberships, I would make like $6 a month just from ad revenue, right? And I had almost 300k views. So this should, and 2.5k subscribers. So this should give you an idea how it is, right?
Also broke down how, despite receiving quite a lot of money from Twitch, she was actually losing money.
Y'all know how expensive it is to keep up with content creation?
That girl.
You could get a 10k check from Twitch. What the is a 10k check? Spend 5k on trips to travel, $500 on setup, $2,000 on your rent, $200 on Wi-Fi, $200 on IRL toolkit. You gotta pay.
Damn.
Pay your YouTube.
So this clip went viral because she's obviously.
Damn, you guys are getting paid? Like that meme. Nah, but man, $200 Wi-Fi. I'm using a shitty ass $20 prepaid Wi-Fi that because it's a discount ISP that just rents the bandwidth from the big ISP. That's why it's a discount ISP, and it's getting shut off late at night because of cost reasons, right? So that's why my streams die at 1:30 in the morning here my time, right? So, and I still have 1 hour and 30 minutes left, and I must wrap up the stream until then, because at that point my internet is gone. It's just gone because I'm using a cheap ass Wi-Fi. I'm using a cheap ass like provider, right? That's the reality of it. That's how bad it is, man. You guys get data, you guys get Wi-Fi.
Or with managing her money, and is an extreme example of some of the costs that comes with streaming. But even getting into the Twitch partner program by itself was a huge obstacle, and the percent.
Yeah, this is also what differs a lot from YouTube, because Twitch partner program, this shit's hard, man. This is hard to get into that. It's even harder than to get a channel monetized, right? And I'm thankful and I'm proud of myself that I got one channel monetized already. Like, but it was the occult content that kind of came to hate, and I cannot use that channel because, you know, people will be like, yo, that's not what I subscribed for. I don't want to see you yapping and playing games. I want to see you making occult essays. I hate this. Here, have a dislike. And I don't watch that. So yeah, so it's kind of a double-edged sword or whatever the EDM is, right? So
Percentage of users that get into the program is shockingly low.
Looking at Twitch tracker data, there are 6.4 million channels streaming on Twitch every single month.
that's a lot. That's a lot. And they all need like views right now at the same time, all of them. Because it's live, right? It's not YouTube where there's videos being pushed or shorts or whatever, right? So you have a lot of debuffs there. You have a lot of debuffs on Twitch.
And only 45,000 of those channels are partnered. That puts the percentage of
Damn.
partnered folks making a pretty decent income at only 0.7% of live streamers on the entirety of
Not even 1%.
Twitch. And I would imagine
And the average has 100 plus views of, so the average 0.2%, right? So what I said before, with the out of 1,000 people, only one makes it, then another 1,000, only like not even one. Okay, out of man, I'm not able to math right now, but you have to do this again to even get partnered, right? So 1,000 people. 999 jump off, only one stays a creator, and this times 1,000. 1,000 of those blokes, of those people, of those guys, only one gets partnered on Twitch, right? And if you take this again, like only one has like more than 100 people watching average.
YouTube might be in a similar ballpark.
YouTube is difficult to make a like-for-like comparison because it's not exclusively streamers, and there are users that are simultaneously YouTubers and streamers, but there's still only...
That's me! That's me! Yeah! I'm simultaneously a streamer and a YouTuber, right? I'm getting I do the opposite of getting the debuffs on Twitch. I'm gonna get the buffs on YouTube. So here are some shocking data points for you to consider when it comes to YouTube. 90% of channels never get to 10,000 subscribers. And yeah, that's true. And less than 6% of channels are monetized in the YouTube partner program. Damn, and I have a channel that's monetized. So that's a dime in a dozen. Even more than that. A dime in a 12,000 or whatever. Man, it's hard. It's really hard, man.
Only a small percentage making real money. Less than 6% of channels are in their partner program, and 90% of channels are under 10,000 subs. A YouTuber pointed out that streaming in 2025 is having a, quote, after the gold rush moment.
And this happens in all industries. It's happening crypto, cars, Airbnb, etc., where there is a rush to get into this gold mine of a world. Trust me, I've had people proposition me to come and set up their streams, and I've thrown up like stupid amounts of money in order for them to sign up, and they've literally just said yes. But this stuff that they are
So he's a course seller.
doing is not sustainable, and just like every other bubble before it, .com, real estate, whatever the case may be, it will burst.
In November,
Obviously, it's a bubble. Obviously, so this is all. So this is wrong as well. So to address the bubble stuff. So yeah. So obviously, again, you need like a reason or whatever. But so, and they say it's like, okay, blah blah blah. It's all a bubble. And this is what actually, as I watched that, this is what made me mad and click off. And because they say this, because they have that erroneous, like I said before, that erroneous belief of looking at streaming only through the lens of Twitch, which is erroneous, which is just plain wrong. Wait, and I actually gonna pull up Grok because I like AI. Gonna pull up Grok right here. Wait. let me hide. So, and they're gonna talk more about this, but basically,
of 2024, Twitch experience was known as the Twitch apocalypse, where multiple advertisers realized just how fruitless it was
Twitch
to
again?
advertise on Twitch. According to a marketing expert and someone that's worked in esports and streaming for many years, Devin Nash, Twitch is considered a niche product or experimental budget. Most agencies don't know if Twitch ads work or not, so they assign a small percentage of their budget to see. The rest of their budget goes to tried and true market leaders like AdSense and Meta.
there it is. What is AdSense? What is AdSense? AdSense is Google. Where does Google put AdSense ads? On YouTube. And so this kind of made me mad, and I was like hitting up Grog. Yo, Grog, I've been watching a video about streaming and how it's impossible to stream in 2025, and that even Jellyfish Ludwig, he has no spine, himself proved it and whatnot. The essayist then later said that streaming is a bubble like the bottom bubble, the .com, that's the autocorrect that fired wrong, bubble, and or the real estate bubble in 2008. And gonna be honest, all those people that, so when they want to sound smart, press the button, I'm gonna bring up the .com bubble, even though I haven't been alive at this point, or I'm gonna bring up the real estate bubble. This is like what people do if they want to sound smart, or if they want to sound as if they have authority, because they're weighing their finger, their smeary finger, the finger that was inside their butt before, inside their butt before, right? They're like, oh guys, do I have to waggle my finger and tell you about the .com crash? Everyone know about this, everyone know. And and streaming is just like this, and you cannot stream because it doesn't work on Twitch. And yo, so this is what I said. And besides how advertisers pulled out of Twitch massively, which is really the main issue I have, it focuses on Twitch only. The whole essay. And Twitch is the platform that has been in a downfall since 2020. This is also true. It has only been on the downfall since 5 years. You can pull up streamer charts, and I love to do this. Streamer charts, there it is. Streams charts. And you can go all platforms and compare. Like, okay, YouTube views now 7.14 million, average channels 33,000, right? And on Twitch there's 2 million views and 89 channels live, right? This is insane. And so basically you can see the views on Twitch, and this is like, okay, they let's make it like this because the other is paid. Wait, am I sharing the screen? Yes, I do. And yeah, you can see how it kinda, okay, 2018, average views, look at average, because peak views are often because of events and similar, right? And so 1 million, it's just in the 1 million ballpark, right? Then Corona hit, okay, it was more like 2022, 3 million, and then it just keeps going down and keeps going down and keeps going down. And we are at 1.8 million average viewers, which is just like before Corona, before COVID, which is insane. Then you do the same for YouTube, and you're gonna see a massive difference. Damn, that's a lot. Okay, so this is, it doesn't go much further back, but you can see it's like, and this is live views, right? So this is not channel views. This is just the data for YouTube live, right? So back then it already had 4 million. That's the ballpark. 4 million. So it's already 3 times more as Twitch live, right? And it has this massive, insane peaks of 40 mil. Right, like here, for example, that's likely iShow Speed. That's likely what iShow Speed did, 40 million viewers. March 30 to April 5th, 2023 on YouTube. And does Twitch have this? I mean, it does have 6, it does have 5 million. But that's just, and Twitch is always considered to be like the streaming platform, right? But not YouTube is like the video platform, right? And look at this, 7 million, bloop, it goes a bit down, but 6 million. It's still 6-7 million, and it's almost scratching 8 million right now. So 8 times more than Twitch, and this is live, right? This is live viewers. This is not all, because if it would be all viewers, it would be in the billions, right? This is just live viewers and live channels. And you can also compare this, right? On YouTube, there's 32,000 channels that go live regularly, right? This is what keeps track of. And those people share 7 million viewers. That's a man. And on Twitch, there's like 106K channels live regularly and 2.5 million viewers. Like, all those are fighting to get those viewers. And man, I mean, yeah. And yeah, so this is why I just dislike this essay. The points are just wrong and taken erroneously. And that's what I talked with Grok. And I like to talk with Grok about this because Grok is very, it's super live. And right now it fetches data continuously and is very on the peak, right? It's not like ChatGPT, which has a cutoff date with its data. And it also, what's the term? It's aggregate. Exactly, it's aggregation. It aggregates data from X, right? From one of the biggest social media platforms. It's closely linked to X, right? So Grok knows what it says when you tell it, okay, can you analyze this? Is this true or not true? And basically, yeah. And Twitch is the platform that blah, blah, blah. So I'm asking you, do you think streaming or being a streamer really is a bubble? Or is it people not understanding that the train that is Twitch departed long time ago? This is my point. Twitch departed, it's a German proverb, but this train has departed. Like, you're waiting on the station for a train that is already gone. It's gone. Forget Twitch. It's gone. It's poof. It's poof. And basically my point, and also with many alternative platforms coming up like Kick. Man, Kick is a mega platform that just came out of, I mean, not out of nowhere, but like it really took a lion's share. Like, you can compare it here, Kick. I mean, Kick is giving Twitch a run for its money. It has almost the same viewers and much less channels. And if you look here, it's average, it's steadily growing, right? It had like 12K average viewers and it's now at 636, right? So compare this with Twitch. How is Twitch on the, wait, this needs to be zoomed out. Oh, I can zoom, okay. How is Twitch kind of on this plateau? And why is Kick growing? How? I mean, if Twitch is the streaming platform, what is wrong with that with the table? Why is that? That is 2020. Reset zoom again. Okay, now it's okay. Sorry. Had to figure this out. So if streaming is dying, why? This is Twitch. It's plateauing, going down, and Kick is just growing, and YouTube as well. And yeah, and not just that, there's regional platforms like South Korea specific streaming site. I don't remember that name. It has a very, because Twitch pulled out of South Korea, because South Korea has specific laws regarding companies. And Twitch was like, yo, I'm the American company. I don't have to abide by your rules. And they kind of pulled out. And I think it's Bigo. It's a Bigo and it's soap. And it's absolutely popping off. That's just a South Korean platform, streaming platform that's doing kind of good. And yeah, that's what I brought up. And of course, YouTube, with YouTube streaming becoming increasingly popular and watched, needless to mention that Twitch expected, okay, that's the biggest point why I hate Twitch. So Twitch expects you to get your audience to Twitch from other platforms, leeching off of them. So it's not only that Twitch doesn't give a fuck about you if you're a new creator, and it gives you 0 people, it gives you nothing, and instead it just like bans your channel when someone reports it for nudity, which is not true. But Twitch, it sees a channel with 0 followers, getting reported, they hit ban, and you know, bad luck. And if you try to appeal, it gets sent to an automated response or whatever that just says, "Oh, you're basically out of luck, mate. You're done for," and yeah, and it even expects you to be active on other platforms like the big ones, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, or whatever, to be like, yo, dancing, whatever. Yo, I'm streaming on Twitch, and to get all those people there to Twitch to watch you specifically, because no one watches Twitch. No one goes to Twitch and it's like, yo, I'm gonna watch something there. No one pulls up Twitch. No one cares. What people care about is their stream on Twitch, right? Yeah, perhaps they might watch someone else, but no one goes to watch something on Twitch that's not the streamer, right? They only go there when they get the notification like, yo, KCO is live. Oh, right, I'm gonna watch him. No one cares about the platform, right? This is why Twitch was always doomed to fail, always, because Twitch business model relied on, kind of like Reddit with its moderators, Twitch's business model relied on other people doing the work for them, meaning the work for them means getting people on their side, right? That's just insane. That's like an abusive relationship, right? And then Twitch comes down on you like, oh, you're not allowed to say this or to have this opinion. I'm gonna ban you for misinformation. And I'm like, yo, I'm streaming to people I brought to this platform, and now you're gonna ban me. You couldn't even get those people to me. And YouTube is just different because YouTube is actively pushing your content to other people, right? And the people that watch this now or will watch this in the future, YouTube has been serving my video to them actively. So it's more like Twitch owes their creators, but on YouTube, it's like creators owe it to YouTube. So that's, I mean, yeah, a symbiotic relationship or whatever. But on YouTube, it's more like, okay, you're giving the chance. You're getting a platform. That's also why I don't like people having those strong opinions about YouTube enforcing their rules, because I mean, you get access for free to billions of people, billions of active people watching YouTube. You can post a video on YouTube for free. And if it's a trending video, if you're good, if people want to watch you, there is no cap. There's millions of people that can watch your video, and you have to spend $0 whatsoever. If you have a business and you sell something, the best you can do is make YouTube videos and not like, oh, buy our product. No one watches that, but more like, okay, yo, we are this and that, and this is we specializing in chainsaw chains or whatever, and this is how chains are made, and this is John, and he's like he's making them extra sharp, and then they're cutting something, and it's like super fun. People watch this and they're like, yo, I kinda need a chainsaw. I'm gonna buy it from you because I watched your YouTube video. And what did you spend? You spent only time. So right? So you're giving the chance on YouTube to become successful, to create something. But on Twitch, it's that leech. It's that, okay, Twitch doesn't give you shit, right? You just like we've seen before with Ludwig. So even a seasoned content creator that done this stuff for a decade, who knows what works, couldn't even get one single organic view. Organic means that someone was like on Twitch and was like, yo, who's that guy? I'm gonna watch him. And I'm gonna say, he didn't even got that, right? That's insane. Imagine this. And then the best part is, if you somehow manage to convince like a certain amount of people to come to Twitch to watch you specifically, to, go off platform, and if you then manage to be like in that 0.7% of people who get partnered on Twitch, affiliate it's called, then you can earn money. Only then you can, unless you take PayPal donations, but you get subs, right? And the revenue split is 50-50. So you get 2K people from TikTok who watch the TikToks and found you funny and are like, yo, I want to watch your stream, to tune into your Twitch, to follow you, to watch you, to keep being engaged. And once you reach affiliate, they can, I can support you. I'm going to buy a membership. I'm going to buy a sub for $5. Then you only get half of that. Damn. It's Twitch streaming for me. It's like someone from Twitch giving me a blowjob or whatever. in what universe does it make sense that Twitch would get 50%? When I have to get in all the people because they don't have a fucking discovery, when I have to make the content for months and be entertaining for hours, because they enable a mask for people to enter the credit card details. I can do this myself with AI now, right? So this is the reason why Twitch is why I hate Twitch. That whole scene, why I despise it, and that all. It's like on Reddit with the moderators. Reddit only became so big because it had people being dumb enough to spend their time on their platform, right? I'm gonna build a community for cars or whatever. And as soon as someone says something that Reddit doesn't like, you're gonna get banned and you're gonna get humiliated and shunned, and your community gets taken over by the admins or whatever. But you build it up, right? So that's actual cuckolding in a sense. That's actual cuckolding. That's some humiliation fetish. I'm a bit hardcore, but that's a different kind. That's a different kind of fetish there. But I digressed a lot. But yeah, so basically that's my gripe with Twitch. You are basically like the cuck that gets the wife to the bull. that's just like out there looking for the hot wife, and the bull is just waiting and be like, yo, and when you get the hot wife, he's like, yo, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna give me this and this, and if you act up, I'm gonna kick you out, but I keep that hot wife. That's basically how it is as Twitch streamer. Man, Twitch streamers are kind of cucks. They're kind of cucks. That's why I love YouTube. YouTube is different. YouTube is a lot different. But yeah, anyway, went far off the course. So what did Grok say to this very loaded, arguably loaded message? No, I don't think live streaming or being a streamer is a bubble in the classic sense, like the .com crash or 2008 housing meltdown. Wow, so not what this guy said. This smart sounding guy in this essay said, in this YouTube video said, with like 92k subs. But yeah, where overvaluation led to sudden widespread collapse, and how can you even compare something from economy with like entertainment, with like YouTube? But then Grok says, those were driven by speculative hype, easy credit, and systemic flaws that cause rapid value evaporation, cause the blah, 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 blah. Streaming, on the other hand, looks more like a maturing industry that's shifting platforms and adapting to new realities rather than imploding. Your point about the essay's Twitch-centric focus is spot on. Twitch has been hemorrhaging viewership since around 2020, but that's not the whole picture. The broader ecosystem is still expanding, with alternatives like Kick, YouTube Live, which I'm doing right now, and regional players like Africa TV, now rebranded as Soap in Korea, picking up the slack and driving growth. Let's break it down with some context. The global live streaming market was worth about 136 billion in 2024. And get this, and is projected to hit over 1.2 trillion by 2033. So that's a 10x. That's a 10x. With steady compound annual growth around 27 to 30%. That's a fucking lot. That's a lot. That's not bubble territory. It's sustained expansion fueled by tech improvements like better mobile streaming. Rise in global internet access, that's the next part. Like Mr. Beast, for example, only became so big because he has all that audience, like from India, from Indonesia, just like Speed. Like Speed went to Indonesia and got 1 million live viewers because like I said in the very beginning with the boomer tubers, the boomer tubers only cater to North America and only the US exists. But the US, that's 380 million people, and English is not even the most spoken language. I mean, it's the working language, that's true, but Spanish is spoken by much more people, and there's a huge Spanish speaking audience in South America and similar, and they're just gonna get sidelined and have always been ignored. But then people like Mr. Beast and Speed come around, and they're gonna not target, but they include this audience, right? They include Indonesians, Indians, Spanish speaking, South America and whatnot. They visit the countries, you know, do collabs there. So it kind of becomes global, right? And this is what many fail to do. And Twitch is peak North America. I mean, yeah, if you pull out of South Korea like Twitch did, because you do not want to abide by some rules, I mean, it's basically over. We have globalism. And yeah, anyway. Rising global internet access, that's a big part, and diversification into non-gaming content like e-commerce, music, and social events. So there was a Spanish basketball match that was streamed on YouTube. It had 1 million views. It had 1 million, and no one of the usual suspects of all the, you know, voice critical and all the essayists on YouTube, no one mentioned this. No one. That there was a live stream with just 1 mil sitting there on YouTube, right? Because it doesn't exist for them, because it's Spanish, because it's not, because they only know English. They have no idea about global. That's why they look at Mr. Beast and are like, yo, how can he have 200 million views? How can Speed have so many views? Mr. Beast has like 20 languages in his videos. Like, you can select it does it automatically. If you're watching from Indonesia, you don't hear him speaking English. You hear him speaking in Tagalog. Telugu or the Indonesian language. I don't know how it's called, but I mean, that's just global, right? This is how you get many people, and my videos as well. I mean, now even YouTube went as far as to do automatic translations, right? For everyone. So even my videos have this. So that's how they kind of split off, and you can really see a clear winner, and it's YouTube, obviously, because they know what they're doing on YouTube. They have all their data and Google and whatnot, but yeah. Because right on Twitch, someone said it in chat, on Twitch it was obviously the gaming content. Everyone was a gamer. Everyone. There wasn't IRL content like Speed or whatever. Only some pioneered it or whatnot, that you could do other streams. But yeah, and YouTube is very big on this, because YouTube already has all the content creators that do this plethora of different content, like tailoring, like making, like, I don't know, beanie hats or whatever, and aesthetics and stuff. You have all those content creators, and they can do live streams as well with their content, and it's performing very good. People like to tune into that. But yeah, total hours watched across major platforms topped 29 billion in Q3 2025 alone, down slightly from Q2, but up year over year in key segments. So streaming is continued to rise. Overall, streaming is rising. So why do they say that streaming is dying and it's impossible in 2025? Because they view it from the Twitch lens, because they have no idea what they're doing or talking about. You need a small streamer to tell you this. Streaming now accounts for nearly 45% of all TV viewing time. 45% of all people who watch TV are watching streamers, and I can seal of approval. Yeah, that's true. I can fact check that. True. Because I can see the device type, and TV is very high up. There's many people watching my streams from TV or my videos. They just have the TV on and yeah, watching the stream. That's and Twitch fails a lot in that. I don't think Twitch has like a TV app, but YouTube had this app since like 10 years or so. Yeah, eclipsing traditional broadcast and cable combined. So there's also like streaming platforms like Netflix, Hulu, Disney, and how they're all called. And YouTube has, of that whole chunk, 45%, and it's even more than traditional boomer broadcast and cable combined. So more people are watching YouTube on the TV than boomers watching whatever shows that turns the brain into mush and makes them send their money to Israel or whatever. But let's not get political. If anything, this is an industry consolidating and evolving, not popping. Twitch's issues are real and well documented, which might explain why that video essay hones in on it. Viewership hit a 5-year low in August 2025, with hours watching dropped 9% month over month, and peak concurrent views plummeting 73%. Damn, that's a lot of damage. So peak viewership, like 73% drop. This dropped. So even there's still people doing events on Twitch, and there's 73% less tuning in. Have you seen that spike before from YouTube? Damn. So instead of 5, there's 40 million on YouTube. And it just continues to grow. And on Twitch, it goes down. And here we have it partly due to a crackdown on viewbots that inflated numbers for some streamers. For most streamers, because they all viewbotted as it turned out. Overall, Twitch saw a 2.8% drop in hours watched from 23 to 24, and another 4.6 decline in quarter 2 2025 alone. That's a lot. Advertisers have indeed pulled back, citing poor return of investment amid rising ad prices and a perceived drop in content quality. So that's a blow towards Twitch streamers, because content quality dropped. But Twitch's model, because they don't innovate, right? But Twitch's model has always been precarious. It relies heavily on what I said before. If your whole business model relies on forcing your creators to go out there to get people onto your platform and then put rules on them, regulations on them, then split the revenue in half when you deserve way less, this is not sustainable, because people, I mean, I have never heard someone or seen someone mention this specific aspect. Never. I don't know if this is brain rot or whatever causes this lack of critical thinking, but I've seen that and I was like, yo, why should I stream on Twitch? Twitch is not giving me viewers. Twitch is like forcing. I mean, I don't have to do anything, right? But if I want to be a streamer, it forces me to go out there, get some people onto their platform, sign up there with their mail. People dislike that. There's many people who dislike, oh, I don't want to give my mail out or my phone number to get verified. But whatever, right? External traffic, because Twitch has no value of its own besides streamers being live. There's no one watching Twitch. There's nothing going on besides live streams. But YouTube has everything. YouTube has all the videos that span back 20 years, 2 decades of videos. You can buy movies here on YouTube. You have YouTube music. You have, there's every kind of music is on YouTube. This is how YouTube got big. You heard a song on the radio back then, that's I'm Unk. But 10 years ago, you heard something on the radio, you liked it, and you made out like what the title was, and you hit this on YouTube and you listened to it. Everything is on YouTube, every song. And there's artists, so many artists that went big because of YouTube. Solely posting their music to, they had no brand deals, they had no Sony Entertainment, no Interscope Records, or all that shady satanic industry, that Freemasons or whatever. They just made music, right? Hit upload to YouTube, and they got an audience, and they got famous through that. You cannot do this on Twitch. Why should I go to Twitch? Yeah, external from places like YouTube or TikTok to funnel views in. So you have to take, because it's so bad, you have to take people away from better platforms to go to this one. From the better platforms, you have to take them away without building much organic discovery. There is no discovery on Twitch. And yeah, its dominance has waned since peak around 2020, especially after decisions like exiting markets. South Korea, why would you do that? That's first world country. A lot of people are there, and ongoing monetization gripes from creators. Where the bubble narrative falls apart, Grok is dismantling, is when you look at the alternatives thriving. Kick, for instance, just as we have looked at before, is exploding, hitting over 1 billion hours watching quarter 2025, crossing 25% market share in some metrics, and seeing continued monthly growth into July. It's attracting big names with a 95-5 revenue split. So on Kick, you get 95% of the membership money. Kick is like an actual platform for creators, because they're like, I recognize you get the people here and you make them watch you. And what we do is we provide you the platform. So, and the technical stuff, right? So we take a 5% cut to cover our costs. The rest belongs to you because after all, you are the one who streams every day. You're the one who get thousands of people to our platform. That's on YouTube, it's 70-30. So I get 70% on YouTube from memberships, from donations and similar, as long as you don't use the Apple Store, but that's a way different topic. People on iPhone always pay because of the Apple tax, and that's true. That's not a conspiracy theory. You can Google this. The Apple tax. If you are on Apple, if you use an iPhone or a Mac or whatever, and you do an in-app, you do like a purchase from within the app, there's like 25%, I think, on top of that. Or was it 25%? Just goes straight to Apple. It just goes straight to Apple for no reason whatsoever. Google doesn't do that, like the Android store, the Play Store. So yeah, anyway, but on YouTube, it's 70-30%. So even YouTube, imagine this, YouTube who pushes my live stream, my videos, my shorts to thousands of people for free. Who is even going as far as to say like, okay, we're gonna get the best audience for you because you do stream, you talk about this and that and blah, 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 and this aligns with this creator and people who like this will watch you and we're gonna recommend you to those people. After all this, they're like, yo, you get 70% of ad revenue. You get 70% of people buying a membership. That's for you, buddy. Good job. Good, keep going on. I love you. That's YouTube. And then there's people who are like, oh, YouTube is suppressing, YouTube is censorship. Man, damn. Did you know, like, because some tech nerds, they're always like, yo, alternatives a big tag. And they're like, yo, Odyssey is a YouTube killer. And did you know, on Odyssey, you have to pay for your video to get pushed. So it's so the promotion is automatically applied, right? So you cannot upload a video. You need to pay them money so that your video that you made is pushed on their platform to people that should watch you. Huh? On the supposed YouTube killer, man. So I don't know. The topic of monopolies and all that it's like a very polarizing topic, and you know, free marketplace of ideas and whatnot. But there's a reason why some companies become so massively big and like insanely big and take over everything, like Google, like YouTube, like Facebook. There's a reason for that. They're not so stupid idiots like all the other, like Odyssey, man. That's just a perfect example. But whatever. Blah, 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 blah. And user sign-up surged 200% in regions like Australia. Sure, it has its own viewbot issues, but it's positioning itself as a creator-friendly disruptor. YouTube/Gaming Life is another beast entirely, with 25% year-over-year growth. It just keeps growing. In the second quarter of 2025, that just happened. It grew by a fourth, by 25%. It just grew all the time. Twitch is just on the decline. How is this possible? And 2.2 billion hours of live content watched a quarter. 922 million of it gaming specific. So that's the entirety of Twitch basically in one quarter. And no, for all the people in the comments like, oh, that's because people from Twitch go to YouTube. It even outnumbers the people coming in from Twitch. There's only 2 million people watching on Twitch. That's not more. YouTube has 2 billion active monthly users. Because everyone watches YouTube, and many of them, okay, man, I watched that video of the guy and I think he does streams. I mean, I never watched a live stream. Let's check this out. And this person would never go to Twitch, but he is here on YouTube. He watched your video and he watches your live stream. Who is the streaming platform? It's YouTube. All right, its market share dipped below 50% in Q3, not because it's shrinking, but because competitors like Kick and TikTok Live. Dean with us, everyone. This is not a rape, an anxiety pan. He's only on TikTok Live and he's pulling in millions. Are eating into the pie while the total pie grows. It grows. So it's the hours, so it goes by watch hours, and it's much better than using just users and subscribers and views and whatnot, because all those numbers can be inflated with bots and whatnot. But actual hours that people watch, that's the best metric to use, and it's up by 5%. YouTube's algorithm favors discoverability, integrates seamlessly with VOD content, and doesn't force creators to leech audiences from elsewhere. It builds them natively. YouTube builds the audience for me. I can just go live and YouTube gets the audience for me. Regionally, platforms like Africa TV, Soup are killing it in South Korea, stepping up big after Twitch's 2024 exit. It clocked nearly 100 million hours watched in 2024. That's a lot. With even stronger performance in 2025, dominating local live content from gaming to variety shows. South Korea's live streaming market alone is projected to grow from 0.8 billion in 2024 to 1.5 billion by 2033. So that's South Korea. That's billion. That's just streaming. Why would an advertiser pull out? This seems to me like a lot of advertisers are going in hard there for gaming streams, with overall penetration hitting 15.8% this year. So this means like basically the reach, how many people have been reached in South Korea just by live streaming, right? So as for Ludwig proving it's impossible, Ludwig Arkren has been vocal about streaming challenges like quitting YouTube Live earlier this year before returning for Twitch to events. He's such an idiot. I mean, hands down, why would you do that, man? He even had a contract with you and he's just gonna go to Twitch. He's such an idiot, man. He even gets like a contract, which is super rare for YouTube, and just going back to Twitch because I don't know why. Like a abused girlfriend to like an abused woman to her boyfriend, right? To a douchebag boyfriend, but whatever. He's hosted successful stuff like Streamer Games 2025, which drew millions of hours across platform. Not just Twitch. Interesting. But I couldn't find any direct statements. Yeah, because Grok couldn't find that video, that essay video. Bottom line, if Twitch is the train that departed, then yeah, creators ignoring alternatives are missing the bigger network of tracks. The industry is not bursting, it's rerouting. Success in 2025 means being platform agnostic, focusing on niches, non-gaming content is up 28%, and leveraging tools like AI for engagement. If you think, go for YouTube or Kick. That's how it is.
The thing to understand is
and yeah, this video will just go on about yapping about Twitch and whatnot and how streaming is dying.
When a niche ad product underperforms and or has controversy, it's the easiest and fastest to cut. So streaming seems to be a more and more difficult place to build a career.
Absolutely not.
Increasingly exposed
Absolutely not.
to viral stories like Streamer University and Streamer Prom. And while these events might have inspired people to start streaming, they are actually a part of the problem.
The rise of IRL streaming.
Streaming used to be synonymous with gaming. And a matter of fact, you used to get banned if you weren't gaming on Twitch. But it's now
interesting how Twitch even forced what kind of content you make. YouTube doesn't do that. It says it doesn't matter what content you make. We're gonna push you.
Now categorized into IRL streaming, where someone is out in real life, and desktop streaming, where someone is in front of a computer. IRL streaming has been around since the early days of the internet, but has only really become mainstream in the 2020s with people like Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, and iShowSpeed pop.
Yeah, and it wasn't Twitch, it was because of YouTube, because iShowSpeed got banned on Twitch because of what he said. But not on YouTube. And Aiden Ross, I think, yeah, he was on Twitch, but then he shifted to YouTube and Kick as well. He also got banned. But it wasn't the Twitch streamers being IRL, it were people on other platforms, right?
Popularizing this type of content, with Kai Cenat doing...
Because Twitch is just a nerdy place, right? Just the place for nerds that only play games, right? And the jocks like Mr. Beast or iShowSpeed that do more than gaming, just gaming, that do IRL, that go out and actually socialize. This is forbidden, it's verboten on Twitch.
Less of in-public things as compared to an iShowSpeed. All of these pioneers have changed streaming forever, but not necessarily for the better. In 2024, you had Kai Cenat streaming with Kevin Hart, Aiden Ross meeting Trump, and iShowSpeed continuing to travel the world. The type
That's basically that was unprecedented, and it all happened on YouTube. And I would even go as far as to say you couldn't do this on Twitch, like to do like a worldwide stream, because Twitch, I don't know if it's only South Korea where Twitch is just not existing.
of content became more
And it's also that Twitch's audience, that those 2 million people there are mostly North America. There's some South Americans as well, some Europeans, but it doesn't have that global appeal because it doesn't cater to them. It just caters only to North America, but YouTube, on the other hand, caters to everyone, every country.
aspirational and more entertaining, but became much more difficult for new streamers to replicate. And this is something that veteran streamer Soluminati decided to speak about in August of this year.
Bro, Twitch is changing. A lot of y'all that's at the top, I say y'all is at the top of the pyramid.
He keeps saying niggas, and that's why it's censored.
Y'all probably don't see what I see when you tap out and then you get a chance to look at what's taking place. I was one of the ones telling everybody they should start streaming, not necessarily doing IRLs, but just streaming, speaking your voice, just doing what you need to do, you know? I feel like streamers is taking over the world, and it's happening. But one of the things I do see, Twitch is starting to become so overstimulating. These new kids that's coming on there are starting to look at a normal streamer in a different point of view that's botted. It's completely different. It's trash.
Yeah, this is again like a Twitch-centric view, because Twitch is just desktop. It's just people playing games and always doing the same stuff. There has never been a reason for improvement, right? Not like on YouTube. YouTube is constantly changing, and there are people like, oh, I'm nostalgic for like 2010 YouTube, 2016 YouTube was the best or whatever. But that's because YouTube is like, there's a demand for change. The people want to see different stuff. It's evolving, and this is good, because the definition of death is stagnation. It's just stagnation, and this is what Twitch is. It's just the same. It's just the same people playing the same games, and the only thing that changes is that one has blue hair, the other one swears a bit more, but that's just how it is on Twitch.
New streamers in 2025 have a much higher weight of expectations than new streamers in even 2020.
Yeah, this is what makes it harder, but that's just a YouTube game. I mean, come to think of it, now that I really like hear it this way, it puts weight of expectations on new people, but that's just YouTube. There have been people 10 years ago who made essays. So why shouldn't I be able to make essays as well? Why is it like, oh, you expect it differently? No, that's just competition. That's just the platform evolves. You do things a bit differently. That's all. That has always been the YouTube game. That's why videos from 10 years ago or 20 years ago on YouTube are so different from now. And everyone is like, oh, Mr. Beast. That's just. It just evolved. Retention evolved. It's not boring intros anymore that go on for 10 seconds and someone, yo guys, welcome to my channel. Here's the meta-analyst here, and today I'm with another book and we're gonna do a meta-analysis. That's like a 20-second intro and no one cares. A video now is like, so today, not even that. It's like an excerpt from the book and it's already analyzing, right? So it already goes like to the juicy core of what a video is, right? Back then the videos were like filler, choose, filler, and now it's just choose. Videos are just choose, get to the point. No one cares who you. I mean, I can see your channel name. Channel name is down there. Who you are. I can see your videos on the right side. So don't give me this whole introduction and tell me your curriculum vitae, your CV to every video, because people, they're binge watching anyway. They know who you are. Just get to the point. Get to the point, man. Say your stuff.
IRL streaming is much more expensive than desktop streaming, but IRL streamers are getting the most views.
Twitch, it's becoming harder and harder for
because it's interesting IRL. Also did IRL stream, by the way.
to become streamers, because
The Tesla.
y'all need to be doing IRLs. Y'all all trying to be like these niggas at the top. You got motherfuckers talking about desktop streaming is dying. How is that even possible?
Because it's boring and everyone does it since a decade. That would be as if I would make the same videos PewDiePie made 10 years ago as if I would make them now. Just 30-minute raw, uncut Let's Plays, where there's just 2 minutes of dead silence in them. Because that's what PewDiePie videos was, that's what Let's Plays was. There was no editing, there was no meme inserts, it was just a guy and just talking, and if he said nothing, then he said nothing, and you just had to watch, because that's what YouTube was. But now it's okay, people evolve, people got tired of that. There's more content, don't waste my time, so you get to the point. You only do the best bits, you cut out breathing. You notice this in my videos, even like the highlights that I cut from I cut out breathing, because this, I actually calculated this, with a 20-minute video has like 2 minutes of just me, and then we go to this of just the breaths in between. That amounts to 2 minutes. That's a lot, actually. I cut this out, and the video is not 20 minutes anymore, it's 80 minutes. I mean, it's not less content, it's in a sense more content in a tighter package, and that's what people want. That's just how it is.
It's not even possible. It's just the you watching. And remember, this ain't got nothing to do with the groups or none of that. You should already know who the I'm talking about. I don't even have to say no names. And to be honest with you,
the ones that have been streaming since 10 years and that don't need to innovate, just like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, right? Like Marky Boomer and Jacksepticeye, the old boomer YouTubers that always do the same since 10 years and then complain about people like Mr. Beast and I Should Speed who do something new, and people like this much more. That's the same ballpark.
Them being on them, they chilling, they good. These got all the resources, bro. These elites. Y'all know the elites. I'm talking about y'all new. Y'all are getting caught in a wave y'all gonna die in.
I don't think so.
That y'all seeing is not sustainable.
And these heightened expectations are even...
He's tweaking there, but it's not sustainable to just go up as a small, like I said at the beginning, remember the beginning? Like I said there, to just be like, do what everyone else, like the big, like Ninja does or Ludwig does, because no one cares about you. You have to do something that differentiates you, right? Just like in dating, right? You cannot do the same stuff every other guy uses to pick up girls. You have to get creative. You have to really show her you want her. That's how it works. Love nature.
Illuminati. Having taken a break from streaming, he discovered that Blackboy Max had rented an entire mansion to do a love show full of other streamers, which placed an overwhelming weight of expectations on him.
Why? Why would it place expectations on him? Do you know what? I know why it puts expectations on him. Because he has all the resources to do the same, has all the money, but he refuses to do so because then he couldn't afford his Lambo or his expensive house. But I don't know in his case. So if someone gets mad about this now, me saying this, but I can suspect it's this case. That's also why Markiplier never did more expensive videos. That's why he's still playing Five Nights at Freddy in 2025. That's not even an exaggeration. Just look him up. I mean, come on, man. You only get this weight of expectation when you know you could do it, but you don't do it, right? Does this make sense? Like at a job, right? And you're kind of quite quitting, and your coworker is like, you know, pushing through the Excel sheets, beep up, and this and this and this report, and the supervisor like, yo, man, you got a lot of shit done. That's great. Hey, everyone, new employee of the month, and you're like, yo, that's putting a lot of expectations on me. Yeah, because since 5 years you're only doing the bare minimum, and someone came in that did more, that really wants the job and wants that promotion. So if you feel like bad because of other people doing this is just like, I gotcha. Because this can only mean you have the ability, you have the resources and the audience to do this, but you refuse to. No excuses. I did an IRL stream, a very good one. It's the Tesla one, link in the description. But even I made it with being a broke ass nobody, right? Do you think those people would do that? Never.
Bro, shout out to Blackboy Max. Bro, this returned and did a whole show. How the f am I supposed to compete with these?
And Blackboy Max's decision to rent a man.
By taking the money you have earned over the last 5 years from ad revenue and from donations and from subs and from spending it on content.
Was actually much less extravagant.
It's not magic. It's very simple. I mean, those people, like rappers and artists specifically, music artists, they would even give you money to appear on your stream and to do content with, because the artists, oh yeah, here's an audience, they will listen to my songs after the stream. So that's just box standard business practices, collaborations.
Than what some of his peers got up to in 2025. Kai Cenat took over an entire university, and DDG built his own set from scratch for his show Are You My Ball. The simple fact is that streaming is becoming more... That's
just... They are all acting as if this is some new... Oh, it's like AI, you know? Oh, the world is going to change. It's going to be over. Everything is dead and destroyed, and they're ruining it for everyone. But this just has been the same case with YouTube. 90% of people doing the same predictable shit they always do, and then 10% come along and are creative, because it is creativity, right? This is being a content creator is creativity, is an art form in a sense, right? They just come here and being creative and be like, you know what? No one ever did a dating show. I mean, I don't know how it works because no one did it, but let's just try it. Wait, there's people tuning in? Oh, wow. Man, they're idiots in a sense. And sometimes I wonder, how did they even made it this big? That they react like this, right? It's like a company. It's like a company, never like a company that was founded in the 1800s, complaining now that other companies in their industry are using robots, that they are using like AI controlled whatever MacGuffins, right? And while they have like people bonk, 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 it takes 20 hours to make this and this, they just do it in 5 minutes. That's just refusal to evolve. And which we all know, this means death, right? Stagnation is death, right? But life is constant motion. That's a law. Life is constant motion. It's always it's like an ocean, right? That's always like this. That's healthy. But you know, still water, it's just bacteria, everything, it's becoming poisonous. That's stagnation, that's death.
More and more like TV, and as a result is more and more out of reach of the everyday person. And this video from...
It becomes more and more like TV because people use TV as some sort of, okay, what can I actually do? What worked before, right? So they orientate themselves around it. But many say this about Mr. Beast too, but it's much different than TV content. It may look like TV content on the surface, but under the hood, it's really not TV. It's still, content creation for YouTube.
So motivated the streamer and YouTuber Lord Heck to give his thoughts as well.
My life, first of all, in order to do IRL streaming, the bar is set so high.
Why?
You damn near got to be doing the iCarly series. If you guys know what iCarly is, it's...
Why would you even say that? You are... There's a tree in the background and there's a car and he's recording on a phone. You know what you do? You download the app or, I don't know, set something up and you use that phone and you just stream. You get in the car, you drive around, you look for something, you do something. This is what I did and it worked. I didn't spend anything because I won that car in a raffle, right? In some sort of lottery for a weekend only. Unfortunately, I love that car, I love the Tesla. You should check out that stream. I visited some interesting places, some spooky places, a castle as well, a Gothic church, but don't want to spoil it. But yeah, what's so difficult when even someone like me who has no audience, no money, can do it? This is just excuses.
Basically,
and those people have thousands of people watching already, so they're just being lazy asses.
Like a TV web series.
And it's everyone else's fault, of course. So they can't do it because, oh, Kai Cenat set the bar so high already, blah, blah, blah. man, people are not idiots. They know that here he spent millions, and if you only spend, I don't know, $100 on an IRL stream, they will appreciate this, your audience. Perhaps they will stay. Huh? How about this? Just trying instead of complaining, right? The people that always complain, it's like, so I watched this is gonna be a tangent, but I watched a video the other day. It was a motivational video, basically about achieving things and becoming successful, and it brought an example. It pulled up an example, the essayist, a very interesting one, about goals and mentality. And so there was this kind of, the fastest time to run a mile was like 4 minutes. And people were like, yo, wow, 4 minutes and 2 seconds. That's insane. No one can ever beat that. And that was like in the 30s, I think. And even doctors came out and were like, yo, okay, you cannot run a mile faster than 4 minutes because otherwise the body would overheat and your heart would just give up, right? And everyone was like, okay, yeah, that's just how it is. And then 20 years, nothing. No one beat that record until someone came and ran that in 3 minutes and 55 seconds. And everyone was like, wait, 8 seconds faster? And his heart didn't explode? And they were like, yo, did you take drugs? Did you cheat? And he was like, no, I just trained for it. I mean, I read it somewhere, and I wanted to beat that. I wanted to beat that goal. The dog, man. The dog is being annoying. And he was like, I wanted to beat that goal. And after that, this new record was beaten 10 times in the matter of 5 months. Because all the people who heard him say, oh, I wanted to beat that goal, all also started to train and to beat his record, right? So if I make sense, one person set up like the goalpost and run that mile in 4 minutes, 5 seconds. And everyone said, no, you cannot do faster, it's impossible. And everyone just accepted it. No one tried. One person, for whatever reason, maybe selfish reason, I don't know. Whatever reason, decided, you know what, I'm going to try to beat that. I'm not listening to all of those idiots. They don't know what you're talking about. I'm just going to try anyway. He tried and he beat that record. He succeeded by 8 seconds. And then he was like, yo, I actually did it. He told it to everyone. And so many people heard it. And they all also, they got the courage. Yo, I can do it as well. They all trained and they all beat that record. Funny how that works, right? And this is the exactly the same. They're all saying, oh, he set the goalpost so high. IRL streaming cannot work because he traveled the world. He went to China. I don't speak Chinese. And Kaisen at the streamer university. I cannot do this. It's impossible. And they just reinforced it. Behavioral patterning, right? And until someone again, maybe me, comes in and beats that. That's just how it is. So survival of the fittest. This is what survival of the fittest means. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Don't just be like, oh, there's this issue, this problem, and it's never be able to be beaten. If this was the case, we would still all be inside caves and banging rocks together and getting our arms beaten off by saber-toothed tigers. But no, what are we doing? You're watching this on sand that has been molded and on silicon that has been pressed and by robots making tiny transistors and billions of them, super fast, with they do this with lasers. We can watch that video at some point, how wafers are made. And you watch this stream basically on a piece of sand and silicon. And this stream has traveled through the air with like electronic waves that are modulated to be on a specific frequency super fast, so you can hear my voice in real time. And that's how far we've came. Imagine back then someone said, oh, all there is to life is to get eaten by saber-toothed tigers and die. Man,
recorded as
never listen to people like this.
show So all the activities and things that you see that that be happening on stream, they're not just happening randomly. They're set up. They're
Yeah, it's gonna basically gonna be all this from this point on. All just excuses why I could never work and whatnot. And how long have I been streaming? Since 2.5 hours. This is a good time. Good time. And because it will, I need to be careful. Like I said at the beginning, my internet will be turned off, the data, because I'm using that GTS carrier, the GTS ISP. But yeah, basically, that's how it is. I mean, we can watch the end, the last 30 seconds.
Games, and